Mm-hmm.
All right, I started this at the beginning of a song, so I hope the audio is going to be low enough, but I'm going to have to readjust it anyway. Anywho, let's get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, oops, I did it again. Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome once again to another rousing episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for March 3rd, 2022. I am one of your hosts, Marcus Major Lennox Summers, twitch.tv/Major Lennox. Of course, I'm joined this week by Kevin Kev. It's your boy Kev's in the building.
In the building. How's everybody doing?
We're joined this week by the only one showing up in uniform. Sinziak is in the building.
Yeah.
Hi, this shirt brought to you by Anka, who is also not wearing this shirt.
You know,
look, now it wasn't laundry day. It wasn't laundry day.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I was gonna wear that shirt, but at the last minute I had to take care of some things, you know. At least I got something black and red on, you know.
That's the thing. That's the Major's house thing.
We have a black shirt on.
Yes,
I got
black.
We are shirt
You don't have to take that up with the Lord.
The funny thing is, like, it's a PlayStation shirt, and I have no PlayStation stuff in the house now. I'm slowly turning into Anka as Anka is slowly turning into me.
Mm-hmm.
She is becoming the Linux guru, and I am becoming the Xbox fanboy extraordinaire.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we are joined this week by Logitech for Creators' newest celebrity with the glow ups, quite literally, and rocking one of the dopest hats I've ever seen, and I cannot wait till I get mine in a couple of weeks. Maybe if I can go buy one. It is the GOAT!
The GOAT!
Sanaka's in the building.
And to make sure to wear an extended brow cap to keep the future from blinding her.
That's right. The glowiest of all time. Right there. Boom.
So I'm going to throw it immediately to the GOAT. How has your week been?
You know, it's been okay. It's been pretty decent. You know, for the most part. Had some family things happen, but you know, they're okay. They are okay. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. But other than that, I've been fine. Like, I can play a song on the piano now, y'all.
Oh,
I'm making progress. I mean, it's a little rocky, but you know, I'm getting there.
So you're playing Eye of the Tiger?
No.
Oh,
that's not what I said.
You said it was a little rocky. I thought it was Eye of the Tiger.
No. No, I'm good. This week has been pretty good. So February ended okay.
I mean,
Black History Month, on the other hand.
So I mean, that couldn't have been all that happened this week.
I mean, you know, I got some new gear.
Yeah, you
know
did.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, you did.
I wasn't gonna, say it again, but I got some new gear. I got a new camera.
You said it was on the way last week. It arrived.
It is
so
here.
Now it is now a new topic because now you are using it, and we would like to hear some first impressions.
So
this is
camera
a tech podcast.
You're right. The camera is definitely crispier than what I had. Light is much better. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Lytra or Lytra? I don't know. But it's great. I like it. I like how it ties into the software. And I can change it, I don't have to worry about pressing manual buttons on the device itself.
Does it work in Skype for you?
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't get it to work. I have to use Skype's controls to get it to work. for me.
No, it works. It works in Skype for me.
Well, I mean, like the controls, like the panning, the zooming, and all like that. Like, so you're doing that through Logitech Capture.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that is an interesting way to first show up in a stream killer cam. Why would you type that? That doesn't seem cool at all. And you highlighted that too?
Man, can you ban?
Hold on. There we go.
Okay. Because
that was a move, a wave, I guess. I don't.
Like,
what?
But why though?
Why?
Was there a test here? I think there was a quiz
on how to get banned almost immediately once I figure out how to use the bot controls, because I very rarely have to use them.
Not me trying to do this in chatty though.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone. No, it's taken care of.
When everyone's confused.
Yeah, because it doesn't happen here. It's very weird.
I'm not confused. I'm just unclear. Like, y'all missed the window. All of the nonsense was supposed to happen within the 28 days that you were allotted on February if you were going to come over here with the nonsense. Right. We're through that now.
Oh, again?
Man,
okay.
Y'all just keep going, though.
Wait, hold on.
That one was quick. Okay. Look, I was like looking for the ban button, but it was like unban. I said, wait a second.
You know what?
Look at Anka. Like, I swear, we got shooters in chat. Let's go.
Let me just go ahead and just do that real quick.
That actually makes sense. That actually does make sense, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was smart.
Now y'all gonna come.
I'm playing Shoots and Ladders and Sin playing chess.
Y'all just gonna come out here looking absolute fool for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to type a word that you can't type in chat. Oh my word, please. Y'all like
4D chess at that. Like who would have known to ban that word initially? So I'm sorry, we were talking about the stream cam and how you could do things with the stream cam that apparently I can't do.
Yes, I can do this.
And that's happening in the capture software.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't do that. It's not working for me.
Ruin, don't get banned, please.
Time to switch up and say, no.
Don't do this, Ruin.
Don't do that, Ruin.
Don't do this.
Don't do it. Not like these. Not like these.
Not like these. Please, no.
So now
why does it ban me?
Already.
We're going to take your powers away.
The mod powers away.
So yeah, not only has Anka been using the stream cam, I picked mine up this past weekend for an event. I will talk about that later. It's okay. My only issue with this camera is that it forces you to use USB Type-C.
Yeah, that's the only downside. I didn't like having to order an adapter.
Now, of course, I think I was talking to Kev about this earlier, and I think that this camera, even though it says stream cam, I do not think that it is marketed towards Twitch streamers. Mm-mm. I think it's marketed towards those who are doing TikToks, Instagram lives, Facebook lives, like that type of streaming, because these cameras come built in with you could turn it on its side and do vertical videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think for the most part, it's tailored more to those people who have who are using Macs or any type of modern laptop that would have a USB Type-C, and not necessarily for people who are building big beefy PCs, even though a lot of modern boards nowadays do have a Type-C port to go with it.
Right.
But yeah, it is unfortunate that it is the cable is attached
Yeah.
That you have to get an adapter if you don't have a USB-C port. The Logitech Brio, which is I think it's $10 more, along with Elgato's camera, which is about $10 more. They both, I believe, have detachable cables.
Yeah.
So you can switch them out, do whatever you need to get those cameras to work.
And then they have like USB A, which is the regular USB. I think it's like USB 3.0 or 3.1, which
knows at this point.
Which is actually pretty fast. Like, it's not C fast, but it's definitely fast.
I mean,
faster than 2.0.
I mean, even into like because the USB standard has been fucking switched around and changed so fucking much. Who the fuck knows? Because it's not like it's Thunderbolt. Like USB-C for Macs, like there's like Thunderbolt 4 now, which isn't USB 3 dot whatever. But yeah, so for me, I've not had much issues outside of having to get the dongle for it, but yeah, it's still not. It's still not.
It's not ideal.
It's not for me. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna switch this back over. There we go. There we go. Hello. It's me.
I'm back again. It gets meaner and meaner each time, baby.
Anka, is that it?
Yeah. They also sent me a blue Yeti Nano.
Ooh.
I have no idea where I'm gonna set it up at though. I have no more space on my desk. So.
But you also just have the Yeti Classic though, right? Yeah.
Which shows up in the software for freaking what's it called? Yeah.
Yep, just go ahead, get that. Go ahead, get that mic on, baby.
But no, the issue is she already has the Yeti. She has the original Yeti.
Oh.
So now she just has two microphones.
But
she joins the elite club of having multiple of a thing. So now it's like what do I use? What do I use these things for now?
Yeah, I'm in that camp too because I got the snowball plug tucked away over to the side. So I'm in that.
For me, I got the Elgato Wave 3. I've got a Yeti and I also have the Rode Podcaster. So
I mean, it's nice. It's a nice mic. I could probably hook it up somewhere near close to my piano, but this is
that would be dope.
This is one of them things. I gotta rearrange some stuff. But not room was in my corner, but the gag is the seaport exists. Trading mics, but you already have a good mic. What?
That's a no. That's a no, Max.
So Tech Mic Thursdays is now concluded. Shouts out to Logitech for creators for hooking up Anka.
We love to see that.
What is funny about that too is when Anka said, "Oh, this is the camera guy." I said, "Yeah, remember when I tweeted about wanting to hook you guys up because I'm always buying the shit." So it's like, "Hey, look at these folks because I probably already own everything you would ever send me." And he's like, "Yeah, I got this camera. Motherfucker, I just bought that damn camera Saturday. It never fails."
Yeah, not a flex.
It is a fucking problem. The amount of Best Buy trips I made this weekend does not make any sense.
Help me.
But we'll get into that in a second.
Stop me before I buy again.
Sid, what? How's your week been?
I could also not be mute.
Yeah,
so
I think you muted.
I was going to say, Can't complain this week. We did some Hollow Knight shenanigans at the Coliseum. I did my last Monday stream for a while. Because it's tabletop time. I will be playing games and telling stories and things, and it's going to be fun. And there's going to be a lot of drama involved. We also started a new month in our bullet journals, so that's exciting. Trying to get some reading done and catch up on some work, which means I'm going to be up late today, but y'all didn't hear that from me.
You said what? What'd you say?
Who?
And I also I finally taught my first salsa class in like 2 years. I love how Anka gets excited about this. Like, she forgets every time I mention it that I mentioned this before. I teach salsa classes.
I remember from last week.
But yeah, we taught this week. It was a little bit like there were some more advanced things than usual, but it went pretty well, and everyone was really happy with it. So,
dope.
Good times all around. We had fun.
Nice.
So, Sid teaching us salsa when he comes to visit.
I mean, we could do that when I come to visit, or you know, when I have my more extended visit, read also as possible residency. That can also be a thing.
I'm here for it.
I smell content.
Salsa talks. Let's go.
I will teach you things. I will give you recommendations for stuff to watch on YouTube. You know, like we can just like make like a weekly like friend time hangout thing out of it. Whatever we want to do.
I'm here for it.
Dope.
And then, welcome to Women's History Month, which means if you are both Black and woman, you are now in your second month of nonsense from Twitch, and you do not get a break.
Nope.
Wait, does that explain what happened then?
Huh?
With Artesian?
No. With the current the thing that happened in chat just a second ago.
No,
Maybe.
it's just no. I mean, it very well might be that because it's one of those. It like y'all don't stop.
We spotted a woman.
Attack.
Yeah.
It was a very weak.
Yeah, I guess.
It was a very weak attack. Though. Look. I don't want to sit there and invite trouble, but I was expecting more than that. I was expecting more than two.
But like the thing is, Major. Here's the problem.
It's nothing.
It's not that you didn't have more than two. It's that you literally have no way to know because I have made that a thing people can't type.
That's right.
What else could they type possibly? Now that we're on the discussion.
Dig?
I don't want to keep poking the bear, but yeah.
Hey, you got to stay ahead of them. Remember playing chess.
You know, we're out here. We're reading.
Are we just going to ignore the phrasing of the last two things that were said?
Yep, I'm just going to ignore that.
Poke them with a bear and got to stay ahead of them.
That's fine. So I have also just been watching people get like glow ups here and there, doing a lot of like planning and plotting and all this other stuff, and thinking about my poor Animal Crossing village that has yet to even properly start because I need to build these houses and I just refuse to spend that much time. Maybe I should just take like a day and just go, I'm not going to do anything but play Switch games and like do offline things. Also, for funsies, I saw a friend on my work account talk about how they have tried to take at least one day out of a weekend and have no screen time. No time in front of a screen. So they're just like, people know that they're not contactable by phone and they are like out and doing things around them or in their house or nearby or what have you. And I'm like, I have feelings about these things and they are positive feelings and I don't know if I should do them, but maybe maybe that's a thing I could do. So
No screen time.
No screen time.
None.
They said 12 hours, and they did not, and they intentionally avoided doing anything that involved a screen.
I had to be out.
No computers, no iPads, no phones. They were just like, I thought I was suffering with that lack of Netflix, but other than that, they were there. So it was like, it was surprisingly fine. They're going to try to see if they can do a 24-hour version of that.
Ooh. God bless them.
Yeah.
Cause I'll tell you right now, I remember the 2 and 3 days I didn't have internet. I watched a lot of I was like, if I was not an advocate of physical media, I damn sure is one now. Cause I was like, all the Blu-rays, all the DVDs, buying them. Cause this is crap. So yeah, if you could do it, I'd say God bless you. I think I did like, yeah. I think I could probably do like a couple hours, no screen time. Just, sit back, read, meditate, And
mind you, it was one of those things that they did of being like, I want to spend more time out with like my people in whatever way I want to do that, or whatever way makes sense to me, but I need to make time for that. And all of that time right now was going to things like this. So they were just like, I'm gonna need to make time for that. Which for me, it would be, for example, practicing on this keyboard back here. If I weren't doing that, so who knows? I'll keep y'all posted on on my findings. Also, we got a vote here, and it seems that my Monday streams may be moving to Sunday afternoons.
Oh.
So stay tuned.
Dope. VCRs never let you down. Wait.
Not Uncle coming back with water.
I mean, I forgot to re-up on my Diet Dr. Pepper, so I actually might have to step away from it a second too.
Well, not that.
I mean, just back there, but yeah.
I got an emergency Snapple if I need it.
You'll break glass in case of emergency.
I'd be like, oop, the Snapple protocols must be initiated. I must away.
So,
when I would give you something, but it's Deer Park, and I don't advocate drinking Deer Park, but that's all that was left in the store because all the water's gone. Like, what the heck is going on? Why is the water gone?
I mean, that's just what we are. If you've ever gone through a hurricane season, you've had to make that choice of, do I just want to?
But what's the reason now?
Okay, so I'm assuming that all of your water has been purchased because people are afraid of gas prices going up.
That part.
They were just freaking out because of what's going on in Ukraine. Like, I don't.
Well, and I don't understand why Ukraine has to do, but okay.
The right time to just make some major life changes.
Yeah.
Masks are coming off, gas prices going up, war breaking out. Great. I'm just staying at home.
Yeah, a very small World War III is kicking off, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Look, I checked the draft rules. Yep, I've aged out of that. So
tell your people you love them every day. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, definitely do that.
And this is
like draft.
I am going to say this though, Aga. Just go on ahead. Set aside a little, maybe $20 or maybe at the most $30, or just go ahead and get yourself a little water purifier.
I was going to suggest that too.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and get one of them brothers.
Just
go ahead. Have one, but I don't know what happened to it.
Go ahead and get you one.
Go ahead and get you
a personal one.
Yeah, go ahead and get you one of the little Brita pictures, and
order the replacement filter from Amazon if you need them. I can
water bottles.
attest to that one.
They even make water bottles with the filter built into it, so you can just fill the water bottle and it'll filter it as you drink it.
If you have a refrigerator, now it's time to start drinking that water. Like, yeah, go ahead, because that's what I did for a good part of it, and it helped. It wasn't ideal, but it helped. and that's what you have to do. That's what you got to do. Like till times get better.
Also, just better for the environment.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah.
That's the thing I keep screaming at my wife every time she brings home like a case of water. What are you doing? We have a refrigerator with filtered water. We can buy Brita filters. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing here?
We need to switch out the filter in our fridge.
But I like this water. It's alkaline water, and I could put the lime in it. Like,
I mean, you can if you feel that way, you can put the lime in the water filter and just have your filtered lime flavored water.
They have water like that.
She ain't got a Brita pitcher like I do.
She can fix that. I know. Like, it's the major Linux household. I know if anybody got money to fix that, y'all got money to fix that. You can fix that.
It's the if I were to buy it, would she use a problem? And it's a no. It's a hard ass no. Because before I made it my personal Brita pitcher, it was the family Brita pitcher, and I was the only one using it. So when I got my little personal refrigerator, my Brita pitcher came up here with it.
Yep. I am relinquishing this. I'm commandeering this.
Yep.
You have any problems? No? Okay. We'll go along.
It's mine now.
Fine now.
The power can go out in one person's house and the whole neighborhood going to freak out and buy up all the toilet paper.
Pretty much.
It's the same way that people in like the Northeast like to buy bread and milk for no reason.
Yep.
No reason.
Oh, they buy it here too.
Yep. Well.
Bread, milk, and eggs. Like they about to make fucking French toast.
And I'm like, don't y'all know that this is all finite?
Well, not even that it's finite, but it's one of those. What are y'all gonna do with this if the power goes out?
Yeah, I was like,
stove.
Yep. The funniest thing that I seen was like, I see some folks buying up all the meat, but not all the seasoning.
Well,
seasoning left untouched entirely. You know what?
Oh, this is some good cola. Yep. The seasonings were untouched. The salt was unmolested.
Oh, Kuga, yeah, thank you. Welcome to the stream. And I heard through the grapevine you were trying to visit the other day and you were not able to get through. As Anka had probably told you, yes, you had gotten swept up in the hate raids. So hey, you may want to go check out other people's streams too to see if you got picked up somewhere. Because I do not ban people unless they have actively been aggressive in my chat, or again if they were in the hate raid list.
Interacted with somebody on Twitter and they were just like, I can't follow you, and I found out that they had been run through one of my lists and they were both banned and blocked. Like when I say we were not playing games around here, they got swept up real quick.
I'm just gonna have to let y'all know, like, sometimes you get caught up in these sweeps, and the best thing that I could tell you is just let us know who you are, and be like, because like the climate is kind of rough right now. So if you a first timer, kind of let me know who you are. If you a first timer, and sometimes like you might know me outside, I might know you outside of Twitch, but I have to recognize you within Twitch, because that's why I remember it was like my homie Euphoric came in, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh, hey, it was like I had to actually process their name and who they were, because I talk to them all the time on Twitter. And then when they pop up on, Twitch, it's like, oh, okay.
Branding is important. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
I am Major Linux everywhere, so you will see me coming from God knows which way. You will know it's me.
Yeah, same. That's why I'm like so glad we just went to like Kevy Kev show, because that's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's kind of sort of TikTok. So everybody knows me from where I am, So.
The only place that I'm not Sinziak is Twitter, but that's for reasons. There's a story there.
Yeah.
You don't know why I'm taking my name. Nobody can say it in the first place. So.
Yeah, what do you mean? We said it at the beginning of the show.
I mean, I can say the GOAT just fine.
Yeah. The goat's there.
Yeah.
Uncle?
Kev, what's been going on this week?
So my week has been, for the last couple of weeks, has been pretty light, except for last week when, the key, Brittany with the key light air. Thank you, Brittany, wherever you are. Thank you. So primarily this week has been pretty much a lot of Lost Ark. It's been a lot of Lost Ark, and Lost Ark has pretty much took over not only part of my life, but also part of my schedules, because I had games in mind to play. Like, I had games. I had to take some days off to actually get some YouTube content because the Steam Game Fest, because it was like, oh man, I really want to play these demos, but I gotta stop playing Lost Ark enough to get to that. So I had to be like, all right, nothing but no Lost Ark, until the streams, and that's about it. But I mean, I had games. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna play Avengers, and Madden came out for Game Pass. I'm gonna be sweaty dude, bro, and play some Madden on stream. Hadn't done none of that. Hadn't even touched it. Downloaded it. It's on the Series S. I ain't even cranked it up to even do a kickoff. I've been playing nothing but Lost Ark. I ran one character. I ran two characters on one server, one character on the homies, quote unquote, the homie servers, and I'm like, now I'm just like, I'm really just playing one game. I can't even like, every now and again, I guess I think I played Banish one night. And I was like, yeah, that was fine. But I was like, you know what I could have been playing? Lost Ark. I could have been playing this instead. So yeah, it's pretty much taking over my life. It's a good game. I like the game. It's free to play. It's an MMO. I haven't played an MMO seriously since Maple Story 1.
Do you just love them Korean MMOs?
It's like I think it's really just thought of it.
Is it Korean or is it Chinese?
What,
it's about Smilegate, right?
Yes, yeah, that's Korean. It's Korean.
I thought Smilegate was Chinese.
No, it's Korean. And then it was like Maple Story is like Nexon, which is also Korean. And so I'm like, dang, I'm really liking these Korean free to play MMOs. One day like this. One day. I think when I finally get my PC where I needed to be, maybe with the PC upgrades, because right now it's like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. I might look into it, because ESO is also on Xbox, but I ain't really too sure about playing MMOs on Xbox. But I'll have to say, I don't know. Like, I think it's the control thing. I'm used to like
mouse into it.
You're trying to sell me, but yet
I ain't touching shit of that. I ain't touching none of that.
I'm like, I don't even know.
I would try and just fall off immediately. It's like, yeah, this is like, I watched Anka play a little bit of Black Desert the other night. I was like, she's just running in a fucking desert. This is the most.
Let me clarify. That was just the part of the story that I had gotten to. Before that, and after that, that just happened to be a desert. It happened to be the one you saw.
I just backed out. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to bed, because this is just desert, and I'm okay. I don't need this.
That's just part of the game. Like, that's part of the story. That was that.
The one time, and even it was like the one time she was in a desert. It wasn't even black. It was just a desert, and it's like, yeah, this is.
Yeah, that part just happened to be a desert.
Isn't it Fire Ruin?
I may just say I'm about to head out.
Yeah, I'm about to head out.
I gave so much of my life to Black Desert. I love that game. It just, when I got to the desert part, I was like, and I'm still in the desert. But there is an after.
I started feeling sorry for Anka, though, because before that she was playing
Dying Light,
and it's like, oh no, like, this is the test of that 3080. I mean, that 1080 with the streaming. It ain't. Oh man.
Oh,
I mean, it was doing what it was doing, but
it was trying. It was trying. That's why I asked. Is like, please do not tell me this is the Xbox version of this game because it had to be PC. Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, at this point in the 1080's life, it's either going to be good at gaming or it's going to be good at streaming, but not both. Like when I bought it, it was good for both. But yeah, now it's at a point where, look, you either can or you can't. That's it.
I was surprised that it didn't crash because when I tried to stream Halo and play, it crashed. Halo crashed.
Really?
Like, I was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Only when streaming it, or when you tried to play it.
When streaming
or recording. I feel like Halo would be optimized for that.
Halo crashed.
Yeah, at that point. Yeah, at that point, that's where consoles come in.
Yeah, consoles be a nice little backup for some things.
But see, my question for you now, too, is like, why were you playing on PC?
Because a lot of my friends have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's fine. It's a legitimate answer. I'm not discounting. Like, knowing you is like, it seems like you would buy this stuff on Xbox. So that's why I also asked. Is like, she looks like it's playing on PC because of the performance issues that I'm seeing. But that's not Anka's MO. So let me ask. And it's like, okay, yep, all right.
Mm-hmm. What's the shame? But yeah, I have.
No, sorry.
What's that? No, sorry. So yeah, I have been playing a lot of that, and also looking at a lot of like, videos that talk about a possible topic that we will be talking about because I have words. I have big words about that. The biggest words about that. And then of course, just like, PC parts, stream stuff, doing the whole March stuff, doing the whole March thing, prepping the house for the seasonal lawn clear. So y'all pray for the deliverance of my sinuses, because I'm gonna have to go back.
Are you training by playing Lawnmower Simulator?
I mean, for the most part of my life, Lawnmower Simulator was my life.
Are you training by making sure that you got those KN or N95s when you go outside, so you don't have to breathe in all that pollen?
Right. I'm gonna have to full on mask up for the outside, because
P.S. Even if it weren't a public safety concern, so many of y'all are allergic to pollen. Like, y'all should be like thanking God that federally they were just like, listen, y'all need to wear masks more often so that y'all can just be outside and do things that save your sinuses without looking weird.
Because when I tell you, like, actually, like last year going outside doing the essential runs and then being like, oh, my sinuses ain't as bad as it was this time of year a couple years ago. Like, ooh, this is okay. So yeah, masks forever for the majority. Yeah, masks forever, except for like maybe intimate, gatherings with well vaccinated and boosted people. But yeah, masks forever. Like masks for travel. Masks when we going out. Masks when we go into these like, thing events and giveaway, like basically like the volunteer and kingdom work stuff, definitely masked up, because we ain't playing not being masked up out here in these streets no more. No. Once this pandemic goes away, or at least chills out for a while, like, yeah, mask up thing. Traveling, you can kiss. I say you can kiss my ass if I'm gonna take this mask off. I don't care who governor you is. Kiss my ass.
Look, it's COVID. It's COVID theater. It's COVID theater.
Mm-hmm.
Take them off. Like, oh, that.
You know what also is theater? Kissing my ass. That's what it is.
Okay, so I have some spicy thoughts on that for a second, right? Because can we talk about how these people are just like, this person who is not wearing a mask at all, who is not being asked to wear one, walks into a room and demands that everybody remove stuff. But what is the first thing that everybody is real quick to quote about these mask things? Y'all are like,
My body, my choice.
On my freedoms and my choices and things. Well, these people are wearing a mask and not bothering anybody. So do you want to talk to me about that? Or do these only apply when, right? Wait, when that applies, or when you're in a position of power. You know what?
The way I've been
on my second episode back to do this, y'all. I need to let episode 52 exist in peace.
Oh no, no merge, no, baby, no, baby, no.
Open mouth coughing.
Oh no, baby, no. Look, somebody came out the bathroom at work today, and it's like he coughed. He coughed real big, and he looked left, and he looked right to see if anybody saw him do it. And he saw me down the hallway. It was like, we locked eyes, like.
And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him. And I'd have been like right there with the spray. We're like,
I was like, yeah, dog, I saw you, dog. Yeah, you did that. You did
that. Also, is that Anansi? I haven't been seeing Anansi in ages. How's it going, Spider Person?
I say, let me baptize you in the name of the Lord with this Febreze.
I just think it's funny how I walked into like Jersey Mike's the other day, and I was the only one with a mask on. And they were looking at me like I was crazy. I mean,
you can look at me. You can look at me crazy, but you still gonna make my sandwich, my sub in the tub, make that sub in the tub, and keep it moving.
Can we? Actually, I would like.
Why did you send that? That was the worst.
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that the backup that Merge was paying for?
See, I'm gonna tell you.
Why would you send that ruin?
See, I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes
an hour later. That's my question.
You cannot click on these ruin links.
No,
sometimes just
you can't.
Oh,
like
it was the worst.
Yeah, because sometimes you'd be like, "Oh, what is that?" I love you, ruin, but yeah,
it's even worse than the backup.
No.
I'm gonna hate myself, but I'm gonna join in.
No, baby, no.
Yeah, I did see this.
No, baby, no.
That was terrible.
No.
Ain't enough. Ain't enough. No.
My man don't need a mask. He needs
a bubble.
He just need a hazmat suit for himself, man. Because it's like we've gone way past N95. We need N1,000 and the 1,000. That's what we need.
A billion, trillion. I don't know. Just no.
My man needs patent respirators.
Here's what we have learned from February, though. We practice self-care and we bless ourselves by not clicking the link. I'm not today.
Do not do that.
It's ruined. It's ruined.
See, I seen that before. I seen that earlier today, and I just happened to be reminded, and then seen it again, and I just seen like the video thumbnail, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that was not it.
Expecting that.
See, that's why we be wearing our masks. See this right here? This why we be wearing our masks, because y'all be like, blah, 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 blah,
why does he have so much in his mouth though?
Because
for it to expect.
And that guy just stands there like,
just breathing it in.
His face just dripping.
Just. I'm like, that's why I say y'all don't understand.
Carol, what else you got there?
Keep watching it.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. A lot of Lost Ark. just Lost Ark, and that's about it. Let me go pray on this. God.
Yeah. So hi, the last week of NC State is upon us. The last day is tomorrow. Well, what's the phrase for Majora's Mask? What is it? The dawn of the last day. Tomorrow is the dawn of the last day.
Dong.
Wait, isn't that? Wait, that's
I'll go with that stank phase.
Mm-hmm. That was Yakuza. Yeah, my bad.
I was really dong. I thought that was Law and Order, but
that was like dong.
Spin bars.
He was spitting in bars. That's what he was doing.
But yeah, so last week is upon us. The dawn of the final day is tomorrow. I am excited to start a vacation and then I'll move on over, join my coworker over at Red Hat.
Yeah.
But boy, has this week been a fucking week.
That's why I'm like, do you want me to just speak a few words and just let you have the rest?
No.
Yield my time.
We're okay. So Tuesday,
yep,
a substitute bus driver decided on their fucking own to send my son to my house with nobody in it.
Time to run fade.
The alarm was armed, but the front door was unfortunately unlocked. He walked in. My wife thought I was home. I thought she was at home. But when both of us said no, we weren't, we thought we were being fucking robbed. Only for me to hop onto one of my indoor cameras, shout out to Wise, by the way, to where I can hear him crying because the alarm had been going off. He couldn't figure out how to turn it off and could not find mommy anywhere in the house. Come to find out that, because he's supposed to be going to daycare, the substitute bus driver took him home, and because he walked in the house, she thought somebody was home and then left his ass. When it specifically says, because he is known to be a runner, that he needs to be in somebody's hand before anybody goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because we thought that our house was being robbed, we asked for the police to show up at the house. To which, when I found out it was my son, the first thing that came to my mind is, the police are notorious for not knowing how to deal with neurodivergent kids or neurodivergent folks, let alone kids. It is a little black boy that is sitting in a house who does not do well with strangers, who will listen to me more than he'll listen to anybody else, and will not answer the door for the cops because I will tell him not to. And the last time I called the cops at my house, they showed up with shotguns and assault rifles because I thought somebody was breaking into my house.
Mm-hmm.
Ruin, the information is passed to the substitute. They just didn't read that damn far.
That's why they substitute.
So yeah. I don't know what's going on. I said, from what I understand, that the individual's still not fucking fired. I do not know why.
Oh, you don't have to be. I was like, you don't have to fire the person. You just have to be like, all right, prepare for the lawsuit because I'm suing y'all asses.
Because like I said, I feel like that's what's going to happen next. Like we're currently in talks with the county board to figure out what's going on with that. Because this isn't the first time it's happened, and it definitely has happened with two different agencies.
Now they're talking to Lawyer Linux.
Oh, I'm done. Like,
it sounds like you're not done. They are.
There was an incident where when I lived at my old place, he got on the bus but never got out at school. The teacher called my wife and said, is Kaden not coming to school today? I said, no, we put him on the bus. We could not find him.
Yep. That was the first lawsuit. And a fight.
So, yeah. There's some work
not or, both.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's some work that's being done there. But, yeah, that was a fucking ordeal. Again, that boy is brave. He was smart. He was a big boy, big brave boy. I was like, I talked to him through the Wise camera. He said I looked around because he could hear my voice, but he couldn't see me. He was like, Daddy, where are you, Daddy? I was like, I'm at the camera. What I need you to do is go grab your tabby, go sit down on the couch, and don't move. Mommy's on the way. Because luckily she was at the house. She got off work early, but she ran to the grocery store real quick because she was gonna run to the grocery store and then go pick him up from daycare. So she was like just right around the corner. And I called and said, look, you need to leave the fucking store now and get home. So yeah, she got there as quick as she could.
Mind you, I'm pretty sure that Major Linux probably worded that just as intensely, but probably with different words. Because why?
Yeah, this is the everything is all right, and I'm a calmer now, Major.
I'm better now.
I'm a better. I processed it, and I'm for you.
Look, we kept trying to remind me about what happened Tuesday. I was like, wait, what happened? What happened?
Yeah, because I was literally like, did something happen? Am I talking to a variant? What? Because see, I would be like, I would have been mad. I would probably been like, calm down and cool. But I'm like, I am cold anger now. Like I was hot angry because I was there. Now I'm pretty much suing everybody now.
I compartmentalize. That's what this.
Yeah,
is.
you truly compartmentalize that because I was been literally like, I am incensed at the time, but now I am remembering it and it's rolling around in my brain and I am going to sue everybody and you might catch a fade.
But see,
that's pretty much me.
What do you mean might catch a fade?
You have to be calm with that though. That's how you get the clean cut.
Right.
You can't do that with a shaky fist because you're angry. You gotta make sure you steal.
This is like this is premeditated now.
Yes. Yes.
Correct.
This ain't and like before. This is a crime of passion. This is now it's premeditated.
For those of y'all listening, listening later or watching live now, just a reminder about why these things are a concern. It's in addition to dealing with disabled kids and with disabled folks and neurodivergent folks in general, there have been literal people who have died or worse because of police interactions where one of the people in question was deaf and the police officer's reasoning for doing what they did was failure to comply with oral instructions to a deaf person.
Yep. And I remember seeing the incident of somebody who was neurodivergent and the person that wasn't neurodivergent who was trying to literally explain to the police that this person is neurodivergent, and with their hands up, he got shot. Trying to explain that to the police to not shoot this neurodivergent person. Luckily, that person is okay, and yet this is what happens every day.
So, yeah, like for those of y'all watching, like understand that this is what's happening in the back. Like this is what's processing in the background while Major is like, if it were not for the laws of this land discouraging me from doing so,
that's what
you would be yielding your edges to me.
Yeah, that's why I say might.
4 generations
because of laws.
Minimum.
Yeah, because of laws. That's why I say might because of laws. But
the thoughts I had, I swear.
Well,
how could I get away with it? That's the thing I was thinking.
Yeah,
the thing is, I'm pretty sure the first thing you were thinking wasn't necessarily that as much as just sitting there, just like, what would have happened if we weren't quick thinking.
It's a thing where I know there are people who have issues with cameras and stuff in the house, or like the amount of technology that they have. But for me, it's like I'm thankful that I put that money into it. That I should have thought like, it would be nice. Like we use those cameras to actually just watch him, or I use the cameras to watch him when I'm upstairs doing work. Because like everything, like the living room, everything's downstairs. I work up here, up on the top floor. So it's like I use it to just watch him during the day. But it's like, and the camera that I was talking to him through was new. Like we just bought that like a few months ago. So to have that camera there and be able to talk to him and watch him in that big space and make sure he was okay. Like, I thank God, like, I made that purchase and put that there. Because if we had none of that, no way to communicate with them, and he was at home all this time, like, wondering where everybody was. I've been in that situation at his age, or maybe a little bit older, where through no fault of my parents, they weren't able to make it home in time. And I got dropped off at the bus at my house where I was supposed to be, but the doors were locked. They didn't trust me with a key to the house. But normally, because somebody was home, it was not an issue.
Right.
But nobody was home. I had no idea what to do. I was sitting there bawling my eyes out, fucking passed out at the front door. Next thing you know, I woke up and I was inside the house. They brought me in. And it's like, I don't think I've talked to my mom about that since that ever happened. But when the time before this, when they brought my son home and the door was locked, I talked to my mom about it then, and she said it tore her up inside to know that I was locked outside of the house that day and I couldn't get in. To find me sitting at the front porch, sleep. So yeah, like, I know exactly what he was going through, and it's like, we don't do that here. Like, for me, it was an accident, but that's not an accident when you keep doing it.
That's a trend. So, yep, lawsuits and a fade.
Lawsuits, law tuxedos.
But on a better note, debatably better, objectively a better note. Objectively a better note here. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, Anka's having a water shortage. Apparently over here on my side of the state, there is just increased traffic for no reason. We can't figure it out. So today I was on the way to work. Apparently there's been more wrecks on the road than ever before. And so, apparently there was one not like, half a mile in front of us that apparently just happened that caused people to slam on brakes. I was driving alongside another car and a truck. The truck decided it didn't want to pay attention, slammed on brakes too late, which affected the car behind it. In order for the car to not hit the truck, he swerved into my lane and sideswiped my car. So of course I'm like, all right, fuck. So we pull over, go and assess the damage. Surprisingly, this man hit my tire. The tire. Barely a scratch on the car itself. Now for him, I have no clue. I didn't see his car before. But like, you could see there was some visible damage on his car. So he came out, he was very apologetic and said, look, I'm sorry, and it's like, I saw the entire accident. Like, he was trying to avoid getting hit or running headfirst into the back of this truck. So like, I looked at the damage, all of that. I said, dude, and I could see like this guy has a kid in the back of his car. And talk like, and again, like I mentioned before, like going back to a previous moment, I remember back in 2019 where I got I had just bought a new car, and I had an accident. I ran into the side of another car trying to pull out in the street. And I remember the driver of that car not being helpful, being very, very nasty, antagonistic towards me, as much as I was being apologetic, especially knowing that there were kids in that car. And I did not want to be that guy to this guy, especially when there was barely any damage to my car. Both of our vehicles were working. All of us were safe. And again, it could have been so much worse for him if he decided to not hit my car and keep going straight. So yeah, like I shook his hand. I said, dude, don't even worry about it. Look, I know you were doing whatever you had to do to survive. I'm okay. You're okay. Your son's okay. Let's just go.
Mm-hmm.
And like it kind of made me feel good because like again, like I know what it's like being on that end, like being the cause of an accident, and especially for that one to have not been so bad. I was not gonna make that day. I was not gonna make that man's day worse. There was no need. So yeah, my week has been fun. It's been fun. It's been interesting, but hey, we're almost done. We're at the finish line. With all that being said, what's going on, Bafu Tech? I see you in there. We're talking about some dash cams. We're going to take a quick little break, run these ads so we can get through this news. Of course, it is Tech Talk Thursdays for March 3rd, 2022, and we'll see you in 30.
This episode of Tech Talk Thursdays is brought to you straight from the house of Major.
I thought he was going to say the House of Mouse.
Oh no!
You're
From
say
the house of Major, where you can find all of your tech and unboxing needs. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch on, I believe, Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yep.
More of that major content.
Sorry for the dead air. What?
I am going to actually sit here and try to figure out how many times I can say the word major in an advertisement.
Major.
Major.
What's good and welcome back to Tech Talk Thursdays for March 3rd, 2022. We've got a gaming heavy episode today. Not a lot of tech. There is some streaming news, but it is a ton of gaming news. So
let's talk about the fact that if we get to the streaming section, because I know that I'm looking at this clock and we got some choices to make, but streaming this week is on some nonsense.
Well, we had to wait for Anka. She had to get the camera just right.
No.
Anywho, let's get into it. Boy, I tell you. Oh shit, this is the first time I've used this new monitor on the show, and the HDR is not playing nice with it. So I'm gonna read this, and then I'm gonna adjust these HDR settings. Yeah, ransomware group claiming responsibility for the Nvidia attack is in turn hacked itself. Let's see here.
How embarrassing.
Graphics card manufacturer Nvidia has been the victim of a ransomware attack in the past few days, according to reporting from Bloomberg.
I'm not there.
So I guess pantomiming won't work for you, huh?
No.
Thank you. And a further wrinkle to the story, Hot Hardware reports that a ransomware group called Lapsus has claimed responsibility for the attack, posting redacted screenshots of directory listings and proprietary source code they are threatening to release in full if Nvidia does not pay. Bizarrely, it seems Lapsus has suffered a ransomware attack of their own, one it is characterizing as a retaliation from Nvidia. So my question is here, and I will ask this, and hopefully you all answer while I try to fix this HDR issue, is in a time where a lot of ransomware attacks are happening, a lot of cyber attacks are happening against companies, do you think that companies are well within their rights to exact revenge? Or I don't know if revenge is the right term, but like to retaliate against their attackers if they know who it is and they have the means to do so?
What do you mean by retaliate here?
Yeah.
So for this, so again, allegedly, according to Lapsus, they are saying that the ransomware attack that they fell victim to was retaliation from Nvidia. So if this was the case, if Nvidia did attack Lapsus, do you think that they're well within their rights to do so?
Well, I mean, I guess the first question is, did they even confirm that that's what happened?
Right.
Well, I mean, again, like, so that's the question I'm asking. Do you think that Do you think that they're if they did, if Nvidia was behind it, do you think do you think companies are well within their right to retaliate against the people who attack them?
Yes.
Like, do you think there's like a law being broken, like to say like, hey, if you killed my best friend, I have the right to come kill you, or something like that?
Wait,
I will say this. On a company level, it's just like, do you really need as a company, right? Is it like, showing proper professionalism for you to be out here in these streets, right, retaliating against everybody who crosses you? Probably not. On a human level, if you decided to fuck around and you found out, that's on you. Like, that's where I'm at with this. So it's very much, I wanted to say on a corporate level, you shouldn't. It's just, it's like, it's not professional. It's not good business to do that. But also, I don't know why you were out here crying wolf when you were just trying to hack their stuff like not that long ago.
Right.
Nah.
If somebody found, you left a trail and somebody found that trail, I'm just,
because like, quiet as it's kept, if I had the coding chops to do that and I worked there and I found that you were messing around and stuff, I'd be like, I'm scheduling a little bit of time to work on a pet project and sharpen up my coding skills just to make sure that y'all have plausible deniability, and I would absolutely do it. I would, and then be like, please complain about it. Please tell me how you robbed me and got mad that I robbed you back. I would like to know.
Yeah, please commit. Please, like, expose yourself from the crime that you committed to me to complain about me.
I love how Ruin is saying that if anything, Nvidia was just encrypting their own data.
Exactly. Like if you just so happen to leave your wallet in the commission of the crime, and I find that wallet,
oh no,
and you just happen to have that. Okay, so there's a really good video that summarizes this that I think y'all would find hilarious, but we don't probably have time to watch. It comes from a really, really old YouTube series called Project Rant. This thief ran up on a dude and tried to pull a knife on him. And this dude, and he didn't know that just a few minutes ago, this guy had just gone to a gun shop. And so the guy was just kind of like, you know what? Let me help you. And took his knife, took his wallet, took his phone, took his clothes, and said, now run along.
Mm-hmm. What have we learned?
And said, like, just you don't run up on people because that's what happened. Because I want you to tell somebody about how I did you wrong when you were trying to rob me at knife point. I want you to do it.
Mm-hmm. And more Nvidia news. The hacker group threatened. So the hacker group has threatened to release the actually, no. The title of this article is wrong, because that's not what the hacker is threatening. It's what they want. Hacker Group Lapsus says it will release stolen data unless Nvidia removes mining performance limiters from the RTX series GPUs.
And this is why, personally, I do not mind that they got their feelings hurt. Because you mean to tell me in this house of the Lord on Tech Talk Thursday, this evening, that what you are upset about is that someone like ran your pockets when you were just like, we want you to stop ruining things and making prices skyrocket so that people can't afford a graphics card so that you can mine whatever it is that you're trying to mine. And then you said, if we gonna do it again, if you know, okay.
As Ruin points out, they are, Lapsus says that this is all in an effort to help the quote mining and gaming community.
Do you mean the same gaming community that's been complaining about how they haven't been able to buy graphics cards?
The same gaming community who is welcoming the hash rate limiters?
Mm-hmm.
The same gaming community who literally had a parade upon their announcement? That community?
That part.
Community.
I don't know. I feel like they're a little bit out of touch here, like Rick DeSantis.
Yeah. Oop. Full circle.
And let's see, this was shared with me earlier today before the show. So I had to close it, I had to switch this up so I can go into Discord. Unfortunately, there has been some bad news. So yes, some information was leaked. So one source code for DLSS was leaked earlier this week too. Which, okay, the source code, that's going to hurt the wallets because now the secrets are out. But this one is worse. Nvidia data breach exposed credentials of over 71,000 employees.
A shame. A shame. A downright disgrace.
Deception.
I'm about to start singing.
Disgrace.
The way.
The way there's some shenanigans.
So,
This is a hot mess. It
There
says.
we go. There we go.
The way.
so yeah, not a good week for Nvidia.
Nvidia's about to have a great week.
How so?
Because they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, I mean, you said you might do it if we did this, and y'all decided not to be reasonable. So when the gloves come off,
That's a
and
good
it's
point.
like,
Yeah, they don't have to open up that hash rate limiter anymore too. Like y'all keep leaking shit. It's all right, cool.
You keep leaking it. You missing the point.
You are losing your leverage.
You're losing your leverage.
You're doing
But I
the
mean-
exact opposite of what you wanted.
be like, but okay, they were just like, okay, you bad, go and do it. Go and do it.
You already done did it. Go do it. What you got? You got nothing.
Because I mean, now what do you got?
I mean, because it's already said too that there was a program that was supposed to get rid of the hash rate limiter, and it turned out to be malware.
Yep. So now you don't have the legitimate thing. You don't have the keys to it. You have no keys to that.
Not a one.
Sucks
Not a one.
to be
And
you.
then you got to roll the dice between, is this going to help me or is this going to steal all my Bitcoin? What is this going to... You failed. You lose.
I feel
You get
like
nothing.
This is peak not understanding the assignment going on right here. This is
True, real and truly it is. It is. I don't think you understand how this works.
Next up, apps are selling your location data despite Apple's policies using a simple workaround.
Let's talk about, something. I feel like being petty today, so we're going to be petty today. Let's talk about how Apple was all up in court, like not even a couple of weeks ago, being like, well, we need to go ahead and keep things in our ecosystem because it keeps things safe and all of this. And then people went, so what if we just took this little side door over here that you left wide open? What if we just did that real quick?
Well, I mean, again, this isn't Apple's fault for what's happening.
Am I blaming Apple for what's happening? No, but I feel like we talked about the last time, I said, hey, I feel like some of this is a little bit short-sighted on their part and they're doing a little bit too much. So now we're here and Apple's just like, see, this is what happens when, and I'm just like, are you sure?
So essentially this backdoor, what they're doing is they're using SDKs to track user data. Apple last year cracked down on these SDKs alongside requiring developers to include privacy labels, requiring them to disclose what data their apps collect and how it is used. One crucial weakness in Apple's protections was highlighted last month when it was revealed that Apple relies on developers being honest about their labels, and many of them aren't.
You don't say.
Wait. Hold on. How do you have a verification process that requires the honor system? You know what? I don't know
it's
anything.
a thing of like,
I'm new here. I don't go here. I don't know anything. It's fine.
I mean, but think about it's almost like the ESRB, right? Where you could sit there and submit a slice of a game and say, this is the representation of the game, but you can hide the things that you don't want the raters to see. That's like, if you really wanted Rockstar to be honest with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, they would have shown, and if Rockstar wanted to be honest, they would have shown the hot coffee scene, the hot coffee mini game. So again, like it is like no matter what you're doing especially when it comes to rating, you are on the honor system because it's not like you have that many people to go through every single line of code of the application that's being submitted for rating and reviews.
I guess some of these things that I'm saying here are also dependent on size. It's not like we're talking about a small company, a medium-sized company, or even a company that is in any way average in any way, shape, or form. We're talking about Apple. If we weren't talking about Apple, I wouldn't be coming this hard at it, and I wouldn't have as much side commentary. But I mean,
but it's the same conversation like with ABK and QA.
And I would have the same spicy commentary.
Why is a company that big missing so many bugs in software? It's because of the fact that, sure, like the company itself may be big, but the amount of testers, the amount of people who are rating the software, who is checking everything, aren't as big as the rest of the company.
Major. You know, and I know, like between the two of us, right? Hey, Kevin and Anka, feel free to put on your earmuffs. You know and I know between the two of you exactly what I'm going to say about that. If you tell me, well, it's the same. Well, they don't have enough testers. I'm going to be like, all this money you're making, all this stuff you're charging for people to be able to put these apps up here on the first place, and you can't hire extra testers to make sure y'all don't run into nonsense like this. You are Apple.com. No, absolutely not. Now, again, if this were Major's house having this problem, I would be like, hey, Major, I see that there's a problem here, and I'm willing to like request employment to work with you to help help solve this problem. Mm-hmm. But Apple, Microsoft, Android, y'all get no leniency from me. Y'all made how many millions of dollars over this pandemic? Oh no, y'all don't get this from me. Not from me.
No benefit of the doubt.
Whether people should have the golden privilege of publishing in your ecosystem. No quarter, none. Mm-hmm. No quarters, right. No dimes, no nickels, no Sacagawea dollars. None of it. Mm-hmm. Not from me. That being said, Major does have a point in that as an overall concept for companies and stuff that do anything with code, this stuff in general is just hard to keep track of with anything even approaching a 90%, let alone a 100% accuracy rate when it comes to preventing these problems and not having these issues with hackers and all this other stuff. But when you are Apple doing Apple things, the way that we have read these articles over the last few months about the shenanigans that you have been in at a federal level, oh no, I'm coming for your baby hairs about this. And on that, let me go ahead and sip this drink over here.
You mean sticky bangs?
Listen, don't do it.
Don't do that,
like, Mitch. The hair that you are trying to maintain in place with pomade. I'm talking about those. Okay.
Sticky bangs.
No.
Yeah, we are not going to do those. We're not doing that colonization. Not up there.
It's the new trend. It looked bad. They looked horrible.
They look terrible.
They looked horrible.
That it looked like they were done by somebody who does not know how to do them.
So the female in question, right?
I think you know the answer to that, Major. who never had the hairs to begin with.
Y'all so
How would she know? How would she know? How would she know? How would you know?
Welcome to TikTok Thursdays. Hey, that works. That works. TikTok Thursdays.
Yep.
It is an odd day when I say these words. It normally comes at times when I feel like tech companies do overstep or when they fuck up. But the Republicans are coming to the rescue for this one thing. They're pushing Apple and FBI on potentials.
Oh, there goes Sin. Sin says, not on this land.
Not on Beyonce's internet.
Hey, y'all. I need to not eat during the show because I got the itis real bad right now.
Ma'am,
we'll eat.
Ma'am, you better step downstairs and get some coffee, some Coca-Cola. You better put some pep in your step. Stop. Yeah. Can we, y'all? Okay, listen. We're gonna have a section of our show dedicated to the way that Anka self-sabotages before she comes to these shows. Because listen, how are you gonna eat something that gives you the itis just before you get here? I literally went and made this drink because it had extra caffeine to make sure I was awake and alert for this entire show. What do you mean?
Tiny, I be sitting up here drinking Tiny Sam's Cola because I needs that because I know I be fading just as well.
It's the way that we don't eat dinner till late in my house.
Well, see, you just need to kind of better, do a little something different because I tell you, I eat dinner around the ripe time of 4:00 in the afternoon.
Cause I get off at 6, and then
and there's a reason why.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
Leave Anka alone. We generally do, but
to the minds with her.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not going to talk about that, Major.
We definitely not going to talk about that, Major.
No.
Nope.
Oh, you mean how you set that butt on fire with the banana, and how you are a serial arsonist?
Are you serious? Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because talking about how you cleared out all the grass, even though we told you multiple times not to.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's clips.
Wow. We getting spicy out here.
Oh, it's not like the other thing that we talked about is not also highly clippable and highly watchable again.
I do drink coffee, but I don't have any coffee. So
you just
Anka, I know y'all have Coca-Cola in that house. I know that you have some in there. I know you do.
You might want to keep a nice can of Bang and some ice.
That
black tea. Like y'all got black tea in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere.
Yeah, get you some Earl Grey hot. Mm-hmm. It's hard with coffee.
Anka, you got a standing desk. I'm just saying you can put that to use right now.
Ain't nobody say you.
I don't.
Anka just out here lying now.
I don't have one.
Ooh, where's my gummy bears?
You and I are the only two that have standing desks then.
Yeah, I don't have a standing desk.
I want a standing desk. I used to have one at my job, my old job. What you mean I do these things in my... You know what?
She does, though.
Time to break out these Haribos.
I'm going to go make some tea.
So yeah, Republicans are pushing Apple and FBI on the potential civil liberties violations over Pegasus. For those who do not remember what Pegasus is, it is that super duper cell phone spyware tool that was created by the NSO group a while back and was being blocked a few months ago with Apple notifying users that they had been hacked by Pegasus. And of course, one of America's favorite insurrectionists, Jim Jordan of Ohio, along with Mike Johnson.
Oh,
I don't know who Mike Johnson is, but okay.
I know he is.
Because I can't.
Are asking Apple and the FBI what's going on. They want to know why the FBI was using Pegasus, and they want to know from Apple what were the steps that they were taking to notify users that they were indeed infected with the malware. Last time I cheered on a Republican was back during the SOPA day. The SOPA
revise that decision.
Well, I mean, they were fighting in SOPA,
Right.
like that copyright shit. So,
Right. The only time when like Republicans like jump in is the whole like
To probably defend their porn collection, quiet as it's kept, but I'm gonna mind my business.
it's really like the whole thing when like Republicans have like this like absolute like hatred of big tech and basically anything that like anything and anybody that does not really pay them money, so they have an issue with it. And then of course is the whole like concept of the deep state, big tech getting in the way, telling us hardworking Americans what they can and cannot do with the stuff they want on the internet. And so they pretty much like, so we the people in the tech sector who like tech but think big tech needs to kind of get dressed down a little bit, you know, so we kind of like, person, have a conversation with Jeff Bezos on that.
Things like they want to go against big tech if they feel like their civil liberties are being attacked. Right. If they feel like they're being censored, which again, there's no laws that are protecting them against that. They seem to forget that part.
Right there.
Or if it's something like, it's more or less like they're fighting against regulation. And I think that's why like SOPA and all that shit, like Republicans were railing against SOPA because it was regulating companies from doing things.
Right.
But once it's like, okay, there are laws to protect these companies from, oh no, the people on TikTok are saying bad things about me. Mm-hmm. We should go after the tech companies. And then that's when, you get legislation that's being done and regulation being done against companies because it benefits them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Also, like, with Merge saying, like, weren't they the ones who wanted backdoors in iOS a few years ago? Yeah, they're still the same people. Like, that's all of Congress, really. Or just about all of Congress. Mm-hmm. The thing is like, they want it for a specific thing because of the fact that they don't understand what Pegasus was doing, or because of the fact that, or they may understand enough to where it's like, somebody was using it to get access to a phone and it was more or less tied to state actors.
Right.
They want to know more about that.
Uh-huh.
I would also not be surprised if they're not like, shame on you, Apple. They're like, let's figure out how this works. We can get it. We can remake it for the US and essentially build our own backdoor. Because like, I feel like for them to be asking Apple, hey, Apple, how did you know that they were hacking into the phones? So that way they can sit there and pay developers in the US, like for the government, say, hey, you know how Apple detected Pegasus? Here's how they said they did it. If Apple gives them that information, which I doubt they will.
They won't.
Here's how, like in their pie in the sky world, hey, Apple told us how they detected it. Y'all just need to not do that part. Don't do the part that detects. So yeah, but again, in an ideal world, Apple will not tell them. They will only tell them, look, we did things in a magic box. It was magical, and if we broke it, the Apple Magic Smoke will come out. So we can't break it, but we have a magic box, and it tells us that people were hacked. Well, how does it work? Well, we can't tell you that. It's magic. Have you not seen an Apple keynote? When we show you the newest iPhone, when we show it to you, we say it works like magic. It's literally magic. Like, we can open it up and it's just magic. There's fairies and pixie dust in this. Don't believe I fix it.
We can't tell you the truth. It's magic.
You can't handle
Trust
the truth.
us.
You can't handle it.
Right.
And more mobile news. This is going to come as some bad news to some people out there in the world. The Galaxy Note is no more. It is being replaced by the Samsung Galaxy Ultra line. The Samsung Galaxy S Ultra line.
So are we going to be able to take those on planes?
I mean, it was only the Galaxy Note 7. Like the Note 8, and they solved that problem. Of course, for those who didn't know, like the Galaxy S22 Ultra, which released this week, if I'm not mistaken, does have the included S Pen and has all the features that the Note had. So yeah, if you're looking for a Note, it comes out with the rest of the Galaxy S's now. So prepare wisely. In more news where companies are doing things, and I am curious how people feel about it. Russian sanctions are applied by Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and more. Let's see. Facebook's parent company Meta said Monday it will limit access to Russian state-controlled media outlets RT or Russia Today and Sputnik across the European Union. They're also barring ads coming on from Russian state media. TikTok is also blocking access to Russian state media outlets. YouTube is blocking any Kremlin-backed media outlets, RT and Sputnik. Reddit is responding to fake posts in subreddits Russia and Russia politics. They removed a moderator that was responsible for posting fake posts, and they are quarantining those subreddits. Microsoft is also taking action, including deranking RT and Sputnik on Bing, so that a search will only return RT and Sputnik links when a user clearly intends to navigate to those pages. Twitter is not blocking access to media outlets, but is ensuring that they are clearly labeled with an alert reading this tweet links to a Russian state-affiliated media website.
Twitter just won't. If Twitter could do the bare minimum, they'll do it every single time.
So how does everybody feel about companies imposing sanctions on countries?
I think they should. I think they should. Because
how do I feel about it? If I knew that it were more of a generally principled thing, I'd at least be willing to go, or whatever. Because it's one of those, we can't have it both ways, right? We can't be out here like, hey, company X, y'all are doing things that are clearly wrong or in support of terrible people. Y'all should do better. And then when they see something where, like clearly terrible things are going on and things, they go, okay, well, we're going to sanction them. And we're also upset at them about that. Like, we can't do both of those things. Like, you can't be mad at people for doing things and then also not doing the thing, like for not doing the thing that you want them to do and then doing the thing that you want them to do and then being like, but that's performative though. Like, at some point we just have to go, okay, well, this is kind of what we asked for. So, I mean, I guess I'm not going to give you like extra head pats or anything, but like you get this thumbs up for the afternoon for one, but for the other, it's also how much power should a company have that you can literally sanction a country? Concerns, right? Because, like, do we want companies to have enough power to just be like, we're sanctioning your whole country and to have a meaningful impact on something when you provide things like social media services?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like they're not turning off those services. They're heavily, so according to this article, they're heavily moderating. Yeah. Like they're paying more attention to the thing, which of course could be the argument of why weren't y'all doing this before? Again, it goes back to your argument of these are big companies, can't really give you a pass. And of course, now I'm making that argument about Facebook and other social media and not about Apple. So I understand what that makes me look like, and I apologize. Right. But
this really just smacks of a move, really.
It comes a little bit too close to the things that we get concerned about when things like SOPA, PIPA, and all that stuff come up too, which is also a concern. That's like, you know, it's, how do I say this? I was watching a video essay about something related to this today, but being like, you know, there are things that in principle we just go, hey, these things are terrible and no company should be doing them. And then all of a sudden we have like a particular bad guy or set of bad guys. And it's like, okay, normally we would just go, hey, this is absolutely awful and bad and it should never happen. But these are people that we don't like. So this is kind of okay. In that case, it's kind of like, y'all, if they come for the bad guys, eventually they'll come for the good guys too. These people are known for not knowing where to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's like a problem with tech, period. So you mean look at Firefox. So it's messy, and I hope people who are looking at this kind of understand that level of consideration when it comes to this stuff. There aren't things where we get to go, yay, Facebook is actually the good guy this time, because one, probably not really, and two, there's probably some level of financial involvement involved. These companies don't normally do things out of principle or what have you. They normally get something out of this. Now, we don't know what that something is, but they're not just going to do something where they don't get some kind of return on investment. Not for this. Because if that were the case, they would have been they wouldn't have been making the moves that they were making back in 2016, loudly as it's kept.
Let's see. Jerry Bunn says just symbolic and a load of hypocrisy. If they wanted true change, they would do this to other countries as well, mainly China. But I digress. I don't think Facebook is available in China, is it?
Mm-mm.
I don't think a lot of these sites are available in China.
China does not.
Trust me, I work for a company that does like remote software. We can tell you that the Great Firewall in China is such for a reason.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
China has its own, and it is heavily monitored. So they don't have these issues, but it's heavily monitored.
Let's see. Tygo says, yes, Major, but the issue is the same as the issue. The issue is the same as the issue with the Twitch story I posted in hashtag streaming, which I think I've got that one too. Who makes them the arbiter of truth and misinformation? Which Jerry Bunn added, they make themselves the arbiter of truth. They make themselves the arbiter of truth and information. If the masses go along with it, no one will really fight it. Dangerous times we live in.
Yeah.
That's the point. No one can or will touch China.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think the question is that begs the question, because again, you have Russia, whether yes, they are actively going in and trying to remove as much misinformation as they can. However, we can look in the U.S. Or a lot of other Western countries where that's not the case.
No.
Where QAnon is allowed to just thrive.
Oh yeah.
Granted, on Twitch, not so much. We'll get to that. So what would you want to see from these platforms then? Because I understand it can be a slippery slope, but also remembering too that these are private companies. Because we can sit there and take the example of if we were to sign up for Parler accounts today, right? Well, I don't know why the fuck we would, but if we were to sign up for Parler and then start talking about the Green New Deal and then immediately get blocked from Parler. If we decided to go talk about, vaccine save lives on Parler, we would be removed from Parler.
Yeah.
If we were to sit there and say that Trump was a fascist on Parler, we'd be removed from Parler.
Right.
And we wouldn't expect anything. That's par for the course with Parler. But we'd also sit there and accept
Parler for the course, you would say?
Points in. So at that point too, how was this any different from Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, whoever, doing the same thing with what we would believe or what we know to be objectively facts?
Well, here's the thing. This is something that we talk about too. We say that we want open discourse on things, but how do y'all define that? Because we have to have that same conversation whenever hate speech comes up. This is the whole thing about companies having open discourse is the same starting point that people have when they just go, literal Nazis should be able to say what they want to on these platforms and with impunity. And it's just y'all, do we want that? I don't.
I'm sorry,
go ahead, Kev.
No, I'm just saying there's checks in some, and then there's just non-checks in others. We're all climbing up. We're all basically climbing up a hill wearing banana peels on our feet. We're just trying to get. We want open discourse, but we don't want toxic discourse. We want people to have accountability, but we don't want full on wiping out of people's livelihoods because of disagreements, because of someone said something that nobody agrees with, or something that was perceived to be problematic or is problematic. But it's just we need to have a clear goal and understanding of being there's some things you can say and there's some things you can say, and there's going to be accountability and consequences for the actions of what you said. But you could but in some ways, if possible, you could actually still have a life after that.
And what you're saying is kind of what I want to say to Tycho, who says, so drop all the pretenses of free speech and open discourse. It's a demonstrable lie. And you're absolutely right. I think the people who are saying yes to the moderation and we should remove the things that are objectively false,
yes,
are the ones who are saying free speech only pertains to the government. We know that fact.
Right.
It's the people who are screaming, my free speech, my rights.
Right.
Are the people who don't understand the Constitution, who think that the First Amendment applies to private companies.
Right.
And it does not.
Right. It doesn't. They're the ones who keep saying free speech, open dialogue, open discourse. We understand that that's not the case. There are consequences to your actions. And because people demonstrate time and time again that, hey, I'm going to say whatever cash shit I want to say. Then all right, we've had to establish rules to say, no, you cannot say this. This is wrong. You are misleading people. This is dangerous. Here are all the rules. If you can't abide by them, then sayonara.
Yeah.
But I also see the issue that Jerry and Tycho was mentioned earlier too. Okay, who are these people who are making these decisions? Sure, we can look at this example here where this clearly fake guy was making posts on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we can see that's fake. We all agree it's fake. That should be removed. But at what point, like, it's a level of like, what type of moderation is in place here? Because we can have somebody who doesn't want to take a vaccine for whatever reason. I'm not going to sit there and judge that person for that if that's the decision they want to make.
Right.
But who is making the judgment call of like being anti-vaccine because they can't take the vaccine versus someone who's being anti-vaccine because they believe it's a microchip invented by Bill Gates?
Yeah.
Who's also going to be the arbiter of, because I just said that statement, taking it out of context, reporting this channel, and then my channel gets banned on Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's like, it's a thing of like, where is that context? Like, I will sit there and say, like, yes, like what they're doing here is good, but like Jerry and Tycho said, like, who is that arbiter to sit there and make these decisions? Because you know, with Silicon Valley, because there's so much of it, they're going to want to automate it.
Right. And
it's like, as soon as you say a phrase, as soon as you type a phrase, it gets flagged and gets removed.
Right.
Well, it's like, well, you didn't look at the context. Oh, I'm sorry, the bot did it. And it takes forever for somebody to get around to review the content and then let it back up.
And or in some cases being like, well, we didn't see this as a violation of our policies, and therefore, even if we can draw a direct line between it literally causing harm to people or it emboldening people to do things, well, I mean, we have to have the open discourse there. So, but you know, it's just like one of those things, like people can say things like, you know, X group of marginalized people should have horrible things happen to them that I'm not going to be graphic about because that's terrible and probably against the terms of service here. But at the same time, also go, you know, when I get on there and be like, okay, well, fuck those people on my Twitter account. Twitter sees my post and just goes, hey, before you post it, are you sure that you don't want to just calm down for a second and think about whether or not you want to say that, buddy? Like,
I think that happened to me once.
Are you sure?
I think that happened to me once, and I was joking with somebody, and it did that.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to be spicy today?
Yes, of course.
Oh, and I'm just like, I come with 13 seasonings and spices at all times. What do you mean?
I wake up choosing to be spicy.
I'm the original replica.
I wake up marinated. Hello.
Now I want to go back to, because I actually think this is funny. Back to Jerry's comment. Excuse me. Weird times when Trump is not on Twitter, but the Taliban is. I will have you know that the Taliban wished peace upon Russia and Ukraine.
I'm telling you.
The Taliban said that Russia was in the wrong and that that Putin needs to back off.
Well, Taliban.
The Taliban said that.
Well, like
so
Taliban
Trump was out there saying Putin's a smart guy.
I mean, Taliban's pretty much been like.
Wait, I want to point this out here. Like, that felt like a certain Terry Crews situation where people were just like, "Oh no, wait, I agree with Terry Crews. Let me step that back. Never mind." I was just like, "Excuse me." The times that I'm living in when the Taliban says something, and I'm like,
it's bad when not only the Taliban says, "Hey, y'all need to chill the fuck out."
Hey, maybe that's too much, y'all. Maybe that's a little bit.
The Swiss took a side.
The Swiss took a side.
500 years.
They said we have been
Switzerland.
We let Adolf Hitler run through our fucking country, but Russia, you doing too much, dog.
You're doing too much, man. You got too much dip. Swiss was like, you got too much dip on your chip, man.
It was the pandemic. Yeah. Everybody was like, hey, this is enough. This is enough.
Yeah. Like,
so again, we are at a point where the Taliban is wishing peace, and the Swiss are taking a side.
Yeah.
Russia has done too much.
Right. You know what this kind of reminds me of? I don't know if everybody has ever seen a show called Mission Hill. It's an animated series, adult animated series. And it was like, something had happened that that was so bad that they didn't never explain what happened, but it was a bad thing to the point where they were interviewing like Dennis Rodman, and they had like a Dennis Rodman like dude. God bless him. Tom Kenny had voiced the guy, and it was like, and the brother was like, the big brother was like, why is Dennis Rodman being interviewed and is making a statement of peace and calm, and he's like, that's who we got the left. We have no one else to talk to. We are done. We can't trust anybody. We can't trust our politicians, our president. We can't trust our governors or senators. All we have is Dennis Rodman to bring us peace, because everybody else is full of crap. And that is where we are. It's like dogs and cats running together, mass hysteria. That's what we got. We are reaching out to people who had no business to have thoughts, and yet we're like, please tell us some words of comfort. Like, please tell us. Please,
people are asking Ja Rule and Kanye West to give us their words of wisdom in this difficult, trying time.
Kim K is
in these
giving us
unprecedented times. Let me put them.
Kanye's out here making gospel records. We need help. Help us, Ye. Help us.
No, I'm good.
I mean, I'm good too. I'm good on that too. But seriously,
now, he's too caught up with Skeet right now.
Yeah, he's on the market now, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
But yeah, like, when the messiest among us are telling you that you are a mess.
Yes.
Have several seats at that point. That's one of those.
Time to pack it up.
Like, we be wilding, but y'all doing a lot right now.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot, but you do a lot more. So we need you to do less, okay?
Listening uncritically and mostly reading to see if they agree with the headline. Well, we're not going to get into that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we just at like a level of we're just taking it one day at a time, case by case. Of course, we need to do more. Of course, we need to open it, but really, we just it's a hot mess. We're living in a hot mess. We're living in the end times. So it's just a mess.
End times for white folk, ain't for me.
Ain't for me, but I'm just saying, if somebody's in the times,
not me.
Not me though. I'm good. I'm trying to get a 3070. That's what I'm trying to do.
On to gaming news, and sticking in the Russian-Ukraine situation. Also, I just want to say, hey, I know personally my heart goes out to citizens of Ukraine, especially to the black and brown people who have been trying to get out.
Yes.
Who couldn't get out.
And you were like, y'all on your own. Excuse me?
Excuse?
No. Oh, Anka, it's okay. If we I'm going to take a brief aside, like all of 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Not as in y'all are on your own, as in also please disembark from the vehicles that you are on, that you are already on, trying to leave. There's something wrong with your ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Unquote.
Could you move to the side and let the others go ahead of you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You mean the blonde hair, blue eyed?
They were on the train and they were asked to disembark.
Yeah, I know.
For the blonde hair, blue eyed people.
Yeah, you
should never ever experience war in their lifetime, because these are civilized people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's an overall pattern here, and I need to point this out. Once again, for the second time, the third, for the 99 and the 2000, let's say, let's keep this to black people for a second. For the 99 and the 2000, if they will come for me, know that they will come for you. Y'all aren't invincible. Like, y'all just think these things don't apply to you.
When there's no more me, there's all that's left is you.
So it's one of those. Y'all act like it doesn't affect you, and what you don't understand is, at the very most, I am a preview, a trailer. Y'all should, like, if you see things and you're just like, ooh, that's really messed up, maybe you should be invested, because you will absolutely find out if you fuck around. I promise you that.
In gaming news, a flight sim developer asked people not to use its game to make fake footage of the Ukrainian war.
Yeah, that's just tacky.
Okay.
Who's doing that?
Okay. Wait. Okay. Close up for a second. I am begging people in 2022 and beyond. I get, right, the concept of edgy humor, dark humor, and gallows humor. Thing about the gallows humor is that if you're not the person in the gallows, it's actually just you being shitty. Please stop doing that. Y'all, we do not have to meme everything. Y'all can just be like, wow, this is actually fucking terrible, and just say that without having to make like an image macro out of it or making a comic TikTok about it. I promise y'all will be okay. I promise y'all don't have to do it. You do not. In general, like, you just don't have to do that. Period. Y'all, we've got to stop doing that nonsense. We have to, because at this point, that's how misinformation happens, right? It just feeds that whole machine. But in addition to that, it's one of those, I know that these times are very difficult, and sometimes we don't want to necessarily look doom right in the face, but like, when you have people who are literally watching like tanks roll through their streets and bombs fall around their houses, and people don't know if they're going to see people that they love ever again, maybe we don't do this. Because I know how y'all, like, for most of us here being black ass people, we know how we feel about these things when people start memeing stuff about people who have been turned into hashtags well before their time. So let's not.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Last bit on the Ukraine front. Ukraine calls on PlayStation, Xbox to stop supporting Russian markets. Guess they want to follow through with a lot of other companies that are they're kind of doing that work. Nothing has come. Nothing is. I don't think anything has been announced on that yet.
Not yet.
I know there have been some game delays.
Yeah.
Because of it. Little Orpheus, which
CD Projekt Red had to make a statement about this.
So Little Orpheus was delayed. It was a game that's on Apple Arcade. I think it was coming out to console and PC. PC and console release of Little Orpheus was delayed due to the game's Russian themes and content. Okay, so it's not necessarily based on the fact that developers are in the Ukraine, but yeah, because it is Russian themed. I can see why they delayed that.
Did you see the thing that CD Projekt Red put out?
I saw something about it, but I don't remember what it was.
Like, they were just speaking out in support of the people in the Ukraine and things like that, and I'm just like, this is everybody's reminder, in addition to everything else, because it's uncomfortable to have companies say much of anything about most things. I also feel the need to say here, y'all remember when we spent like a good 6 or 7 months with talking about AO game companies who like to make shooty bang bang war-based games and be like, these things are not in any way political or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that we hold that firmly in mind while we're in the middle of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because watch someone try to make a game out of this in like 2 years, and everybody would have forgotten about it by then. Quiet as it's kept.
Thank you, Tycho. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, it's not yellow text. It's not green text on yellow background. Hooray! Let's see. From CD Projekt Red, in light of the Russian military invasion in our neighboring country of Ukraine, until further notice, the CD Projekt Group has made a decision to halt all sales of our games to Russia and Belarus. Today, we begin working with our partners to suspend digital sales and cease physical stock deliveries of CD Projekt Group's products, as well as all games distributed on the GOG platform to the territories of Russia and Belarus. Just so people are aware, Belarus is supporting Russia in this invasion. Hey, what's going on, Infamous?
Okay, so I feel like I want to say this part here because also important, right? There's going to be a lot of conversation and a lot of media about some stuff, and this is why you'll see if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see some of the retweets about stuff that I'll talk about. There are a lot of things where people will go, this country does this, that country does that, and people will make the assumption, especially if you live here in the US, because we see people as like blocks of cheese and not individual people with all this other stuff, be like, hey yo, listen, you will see headlines that say this country is doing this, but you don't get to see anywhere near as many headlines unless you're looking for them about how the individual people here are like, we literally don't want this.
Yeah, I mean, it is all. Yeah, I mean,
And,
to be
well,
clear,
I'm not saying,
like
like,
Russia,
I'm not
the
saying-
Russian citizens don't want this.
I'm not like mind you, this isn't me coming for you. It's one of these things I want to say for the sake of the audience because I know how people are, and they will not think about this if someone does not tell them to. These people on the ground, these everyday citizens and stuff, are to the point of being like, while y'all are at war, we're literally in the streets protesting, trying to do these things.
Like
Some people
they're getting beaten and arrested.
Military vehicles and things like that. People from Belarus are on their way to the Ukraine to join the Ukrainian military to fight against Russia.
Ukraine. It's just Ukraine.
It's
just Ukraine.
No, people from Belarus are
No, but you
going.
said they are going to the Ukraine.
Oh.
It's just Ukraine. There is no the.
Major, please. Anyway,
I was like,
somebody got on. I forgot what it was. I forgot if it was a tweet or a TikTok or a YouTube video where they were explaining that too. Because like I know, like at times I would switch, but also I don't talk about Ukraine much. So
yeah,
it's like I could see myself saying the Ukraine, but it is actually Ukraine.
Belarus is basically like, yo, we tapping in, and it's like,
so Belarus is like the individual, like citizens of Belarus are trying to join the Ukrainian army to fight back because they are like, this is the most that we can do, and they're in the middle of a bit of political gridlock here because Sir Putin from Russia, like basically funds like the whole political machine that keeps the person who's currently in power in Belarus.
Right. He's basically a puppet.
And so it's one of those, he's not going to, but these citizens are like, this is awful. Also, we tried to oppose this regime and they crushed us and it cost us almost everything. And we're willing to throw ourselves back into the fray to make sure at least it doesn't happen to somebody else.
Right.
So when you talk about these things, understand that there are all kinds of moving parts here and you need to address them with respect. Please and thank you.
That part. Yes.
You see how those 1,500 people got arrested?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
1,500 where?
In Russia, the people that were protesting against the invasion, they wiped them out. I don't say wiped them out, but they handled them quickly.
Like, there's 6,000 Russians in jail for protesting.
And
counting.
Let me just say,
and counting.
They don't necessarily have all of the, although as a marginalized person, we barely have those protections. They don't have the protections we do for a lot of things, up to and including some stuff that, again, I cannot talk about because it's against the terms of service of this website.
Mm-hmm. All the time we live in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will make the argument that this has always been the times we lived in. It's just that the internet just makes it readily apparent.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, we have proof.
Like you see it in real time now.
Sometimes as it's happening.
Like sometimes
Live.
it's like sometimes it is both. I hate the internet and also thank goodness the internet exists, or this would be far worse and probably go on for far longer with no one to tell those stories at all. Which, if I had to say anything about the internet, it's not just that we know more about things because it's easier for like people to share them, but it's easier for people who live in those places to tell us what those conditions are like.
Yeah.
And that is vital for this.
It's double-edged, but
I mean, it's also a thing too where it's inspiring to hear what's going. Like it sucks at what's going on, but it's inspiring to hear how it's happening.
right.
Because it has not been easy.
It's not been an easy thing. Remember?
It is just
Like-
the fact that Vladimir Zelensky has become. I was watching somebody pointed out that Putin cares so much about his image and that it must be killing him that Vladimir Zelensky is becoming everything that Putin wants to be.
To be liked, loved, and respected.
I was like,
Genuinely liked, loved, and respected. Not like feared. Not
this
like
motherfucker out there doing like underground rap videos and shit. Like, I'm still here. The defense minister's still here. And motherfucker, nigga, we ain't running nowhere. Motherfucker, you know what? They trying to give us a ride. They say, I don't need no ride. I need motherfucking bullets for these guns. So, you not see it? I want bullets for these guns. Let's
like,
go.
when you see these dogs in the yard, you know I'm obsessed going hard. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
I was like, yeah, my man was out here like they talked to like I think they were like talking to like the cultural director, and you know, Ali was like Ali Velshi was like, you know, do you guys have a plan when whatever happens with Kyiv? And I said, my man said they're not taking Kyiv. I mean, do you have like, are you gonna like leave, or are you gonna like set up a government in exile? Are you gonna like, you know, like do things? Are you gonna like, you know, scatter things? And my man says they're not taking Kyiv.
I don't think you heard me
I don't think you heard the first time.
But don't
they're
you understand?
not taking the capital.
Do you speak?
I mean,
do you speak?
Do I need to say Ukrainian, Russian, English? Motherfucker, let me know. They ain't taking.
I mean, there was one woman that was like literally yelling at a Russian soldier, said, "Put sunflower seeds in your pocket, so when you die, sunflowers will grow on your grave."
Oh my God!
That is the hardest thing I've ever heard anybody say.
And she probably said it like a sweet grandma too.
She said she sounded like an angry woman, but it was like, hoo-wee, that was amazing. I was like literally like, that's the most hardcore thing I've ever seen in my life.
Like hearing these stories about these grandmas out here, like making Molotov cocktails. Well, they ready to go. Like Ukraine is like the fucking gangster, the most fucking gangster country I've ever heard.
Well, like old ladies with Makarovs. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, granted, too, like the Middle East, like they've been fucking doing shit like that too.
Right. I feel like
of course we're getting more coverage about it because again, this ain't supposed to be happening to Europe.
Right.
Like this stuff comes at a cost though, and I feel like we need to talk about that part because listen, these people who are doing all of this other stuff that we're just like, yo, also are people who have seen some shit. And it's like one of those.
Like
Okay,
some of these people probably just prior to
like one time was enough, and we said if we ever see this again, it's on and popping. Like
these are people who
their whole lives
like
just
these are
in
people
case.
who probably been around for like World War II and the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
The Cold War was bigger over there than it was here.
Like the literal like say what was like the Chechens, like the conflict, the Chechen conflict, where it was like that Chechnya,
but like
Bosnia.
Jerry brings up a good point too. Like also we have to remember, Zelensky was a fucking. What are you talking about, Siri? Zelensky was a comedian.
It's like Jon Stewart.
Dancing with the Stars winner.
Yeah.
Now dropping fucking underground rap albums while fighting for his country. Let's go.
Speaking to the EU.
Making the translator cry.
Yeah, the translator couldn't even finish. He was like choked
he
up.
He was in tears. I don't even know this man, but I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone,
like that.
I was like, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was finished now.
Ruin also says too, no need to worry about them taking the capital, just going to run out of gas on the way there.
They did. They have ran out of gas.
Yep. Yep. Like, dog, like y'all didn't plan for this?
No, they didn't plan for this. That's the whole point. They didn't plan for this. They were not ready for this.
They wasn't ready.
You know what I bet? I bet they had the understanding that what was going to happen is they were going to be in there for like 3 days tops.
Like, yeah, they're just going to run up in there, do it, and just be out.
Bunch of airstrikes, run in, take over the interior, push over, neutralize resistance through airstrikes, and then take Kyiv, and then be in Kyiv like 3 or 4 days later before the shenanigans hit. But every day that it happened, everybody got they thing together and was literally like, okay, sanctions. You know, condemnation.
The Ukrainians weren't stupid. The Ukrainians were not stupid.
They were not stupid. They were like, we know you coming.
Also,
we seen what happened to Crimea.
Also, I want to point out too that as gangster as the Ukrainians have been,
right?
Some of them have been nice because again, like not only are we talking like the Russian citizens don't want anything to do with it. There are a lot of soldiers who like we didn't even know we were coming here to do this.
Right. We thought we were.
Ukrainians have been like coming over, like all right, we'll capture you, but they give them food, blankets, shelter.
Let them call us mama.
Let them call them parents. Like I said, like that is worse than shooting and killing you. That's the
equivalent of a lost child at the mall.
Like
that's
to like Putin has to look at this. Motherfucker, they did what to our soldiers? That's worse than them dying because they can come back.
Actually, but not the African. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Jerry. You're not wrong.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked
you're not
about
wrong, Jerry.
Yeah,
but that was just the wild part. My man's out here. They feed my man's clothes, give my man drink, and handed him the phone to be like, hey yo, call your mama. Tell your mama you okay.
Well, it's like that scene in Kill Bill with that last Yakuza. It was just a little kid. She gave that motherfucker a spanking and sent him home.
That was like Black Panther, where Okoye was like, but stabbed that Boko Haram dude, and she was like, whoa, and Lakia was like, he's a child, let him go. He was kidnapped too. He's cool. Everybody else, they gets it. He's all right.
Well, that's going to conclude the Ukraine talk. As you can see, we got some Sid Meier stuff to talk about. But, man, got one more ad break to run through, and we're going to try to run through the rest of this so we can get out of here. Yeah. This is Tech Talk Thursdays. See ya in 30.
Hey, Anka, tell us about your channel.
My?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
My Twitch channel?
Yes.
Oh. It's chaotic.
Take it from the top. Talk to the people like they've never met you, Anka.
I know.
15 seconds.
I don't have an intro. Hi, my name is Anka. I stream a lot of MMO and music things. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Anka, your homework by next week. You're gonna have a little ad for yourself. You're gonna have that done by next week. I will come for your baby hairs on this whole thing.
Sticky bangs.
No actual baby hairs. Not the colonized joints.
And Anka should know better than to test me, but I know she will, and I will be prepared for it.
Welcome back
Hey,
to
everybody in
Tech
chat,
Talk
I need you to be prepared to drag her whenever that happens.
Welcome back to Tech Talk Thursdays, where we drag Anka on a weekly basis. We need a full media pack. I will endorse the baby hair snatching. That's kind of hurt.
What happened to leave Anka alone, Jerry?
Ooh.
Jerry, wait. I thought we were on the same team.
Damn.
I'm gonna look at the chat when you.
Nobody saw that heel turn.
Person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sid Meier says monetization causes some games to stray a little bit further from the path. Of course, he's talking about, hey, what's up with all these NFTs and microtransactions and the blockchain and all that bullshit that we put in video games. Y'all talking too much about money and not about making good games.
There you go.
So I find it kind of weird too, because doesn't his games have a lot of DLC packs that you got to pay for?
A lot of DLC packs in it.
But I guess it contributes to gameplay.
I mean, yeah, it does.
I guess
it's not like horse armor or anything. It's like actual, like races and civilizations, like like Poundmaker and Simon Bolivar, and it's actual game content. Look at my man Sid.
Speaking of NFTs, Gabe Newell explains why Steam banned NFTs.
Yes.
And he said they were fucking sketchy as shit.
Yeah.
Well, what more do you need?
Yeah.
The end. And more Valve news. Valve has no plans for a Steam Pass, but will help Microsoft put Game Pass on Steam.
We'll have to see how Phil responds to that, but
I mean,
I'm
if
fine.
it gets
like
more
that.
Microsoft games on Steam Deck, which gives another place for people to play Microsoft games.
I mean, I kind of feel like that's an applet. That could easily have been an applet.
I mean, you put like a subscription service to it. I'm pretty sure like Valve has got that capability. They build Steam, so I imagine like they can build subscription services into the product if they have somebody to work with to do it.
And also just need to go ahead and make Steam versions of EA games. I'm just saying. No,
I mean, don't they do?
Not truly. They have to be Origin. You might as well just buy them off Origin then.
I mean, yeah, you have to sign into the EA desktop thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I would really just take account linking and just be fine with it. Even if I had to rebuy the games again, because I really truly don't like Origin or EA Play, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in more Steam Deck news, because we're connecting to Valve and shit like that, Bungie hates Linux. There, I said it. Bungie hates Linux.
What did you do?
Huh?
What did you do to warrant that?
I didn't do anything. But Bungie says that they'll ban Destiny 2 players for trying to bypass Steam Deck incompatibility. Now, it isn't about Steam Deck. It's actually about Steam Play's Proton compatibility, which is their Windows emulator for Linux. And for those who do not know, the Steam Deck runs a version of Linux called Arch, but especially built for the Steam Deck. And they use Proton to be able to emulate Windows games on Linux. This has been a part of the Steam Linux client for some time now. But apparently Destiny 2 does not work with Proton. And if you try to bypass whatever issues with the Proton to get Destiny 2 to work on Linux and by extension the Steam Deck, you can be banned from Destiny 2.
Wow.
Wild.
So again, Bungie hates Linux.
So make a note of that. So no playing Witch Queen on the Steam Deck. Steam Deck. Gotcha.
No playing, no raiding on Fedora.
Mm-hmm.
No Xur on Rel. No Crucible on Ubuntu.
Like Xur?
Xur?
Xur's a shopkeep.
But you still can't get access to them.
No. No Crucible, no Osiris Trials. No Iron Banana.
No Iron Banner on Kali.
Mm-hmm. No strikes.
No
Vanguard
strikes on Manjaro.
No Gambit.
No Gambit on Debian.
Well, you probably better off not playing Gambit, man.
Ruin.
No Akura on Fedora.
Damn. That was better than the Fedora one I created.
Damn, that was good, Anka. See, that's why I'm going to go. Hand clap praise.
Again, I'm becoming Anka and Anka is becoming me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will sit here with my Xbox controller. Yes. Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass.
Right. If this was my stream, Jerry would have hit exclamation point praise and the praise break would have popped up by now.
That was beautiful. Akura on Fedora. Damn. That was great. That was fucking great. I love it.
Write that down. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's right. Praise Game Pass.
Yeah.
Speaking of Game Pass, Activision Blizzard sued by shareholders over Microsoft's buyout.
Ooh, that'd be all right.
Not so fast.
Oh.
Not yet. The final lawsuit was filed by Kyle Watson in California. In this lawsuit, Watson claims the planned acquisition of Activision by Microsoft is unfair for a number of reasons. According to Watson's lawyers, one of these reasons is that the board is hoping to procure for themselves and senior management significant and immediate benefits.
So they're trying to get their little money off the top.
In addition to this, the lawsuit states that Microsoft's acquisition plans were not in Activision Blizzard's best interest, nor that Kyle Watson's and their fellow nor that of Kyle Watson's and their fellow shareholders. Watson claims the preliminary proxy statement Activision Blizzard filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission was materially deficient and did not give them the appropriate data that would allow them to make an intelligent, informed, and rational decision of whether to vote in favor of the proposed transaction. Motherfucker, this company is in the fucking dumps. It is a cesspool. Sell your fucking shares and move the fuck on.
There you go. Yeah, that's the whole
whining
thing.
Fucking babies whining about fucking again. Saying what was that? What was that thing that I don't like doing? I don't like worrying about. Was it people above my pay grade, people making more than me, doing shit that I just don't.
It's above me.
Yeah. Just oh my god, get fucking money, go away. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, if I can't eat you, just shut the fuck up.
What was the Apple versus Epic conversation where you're just like, y'all let these miscreants scrap. Y'all get paid too much for me to care about this.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't eat you, just shut the fuck up.
I'm just gonna let y'all fight each other out like Billion style, and whatever. Because I'm good. Billion Succession style. I'm just gonna let y'all do that because this entertains me, but it does not
sustain me.
It doesn't sustain me exactly. It entertains, not sustains. That's what we out here.
We gonna write a rap album by the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Akura on Fedora, entertains, not sustain. Okay, that's it.
Or at least a good poetry slam.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Tech Talk Slam. In what the fuck in woe news? Epic Games just bought Bandcamp.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
The thing
I joked about was
I can
somebody at
see
Epic
that being a good move for Epic. I'm trying to understand how that's a good move for Bandcamp.
Yeah, that part.
I think that somebody just overpaid for an indie album. I think they were trying to get that new Mega Ran, and they ended up buying all of Bandcamp.
Because, like, the thing about Bandcamp was there's a lot to be said about Bandcamp, but one of the things is that as a platform, right? Because it's not necessarily a streaming service. As a platform, it was really good for artists. Artists got more of the money and stuff. It's the same reason why some people are just like, I would rather you sub to me on a service like Ko-fi than like Twitch, because I get more of a cut of that. It's like artists only saw like a whisper of like money, and it took like however many millions of streams for that to happen, versus people getting like 80 cents or something like that on the dollar for sales on Bandcamp and all this other stuff. And it was just really good for them. And I really kind of hate that it turned into this, because it's one of those, even if it's done with the best of intentions, and I assume that it was, at some point, Epic is going to make Bandcamp whatever Epic wants it to be, and it's going to be out of Bandcamp's hands soon enough. And depending, they might just go, well, it's been a good run, y'all. I'm going to just go ahead and turn over those reins, collect my money, and go on ahead and be on the beach somewhere and not worry about it again. But the artists and stuff who valued that platform so much are going to be left kind of in the lurch about it, and I hate that.
So in this article, it says CEO Ethan Diamond said Bandcamp will continue, quote, operating as a standalone marketplace and community, end quote, with Epic most immediately aiding with an opportunity to, quote, expand internationally, end quote, and expand development on tools to enhance elements of the Bandcamp experience, such as, quote, album pages, mobile apps, merge tools, payment system, and search and discovery features, end quote. So maybe they're just going to apply Epic Game Store to Bandcamp?
Well, I mean, what does that mean for like games, music, and other stuff that they want to use?
Well, I mean, because I think Epic is the one that has the 90-10 split, right? Where developers get 90%, Epic gets 10. What I think this means for, like, because, like, again, I don't think, like, it seems like, according to the beginning part, they're saying that Bandcamp is just still going to be Bandcamp, at least for now. What this acquisition means for Bandcamp, though, is that now they have more, almost like with Activision Blizzard being bought by Microsoft. It's like, now we have, or not them, I would say like a smaller studio. Let's say like Double Fine. Like Double Fine being picked up. Now we don't have to worry about cash. There's a lot more people. We can get access to support studios, which means we can make our games better than we did before. It's the same thing here with Bandcamp. Now we don't have to work with a small team to sit there and build out Bandcamp. We now have all of Epic. We can get bigger teams at Epic to build out our apps and help us expand internationally, where we were just operating in like a couple of countries. Because Epic has a bigger reach than we ever would have.
Right, and resources.
But see, Bandcamp isn't a label. Bandcamp is just a place where indie artists can sell music. They don't own the rights to the music. So that's why I don't think that this is I don't think this is going to, DMCA is not going to affect any of this. Because, like, again, Bandcamp is like what itch.io is to video games. It is a place where artists can sit there and put their music and sell it. The artists still own that music. Like, you can go to Bandcamp and actually buy Creative Commons free music. Right. There's like copy left, but it's a donation to the artist who created that music. Like I was buying a bunch of nerdcore on Bandcamp years ago.
Well,
They were copy left.
One of the things that they're talking about here in chat, which makes a pretty solid point, honestly, is, hey, but now that means that I'm able to do, like, they can do whatever and not necessarily have to worry about, okay, well, is this going to be a problem if I decide to do it?
But again,
if I
they're
want to have
talking about within the DMCA, but
this
this wouldn't have been an issue even if they didn't buy Bandcamp. Because Bandcamp is not a music label. Bandcamp does not own the rights to the music that's being sold on the platform. That still belongs to the artist because they're all independent. The artist owns that. Now, this may be a thing of if the artist says, hey, you don't have that permission, now they have Epic's backing to stop it. So like if, insert MAGA head here decides they want to use this dope indie song they heard, well, now they have Epic's lawyers say, yeah, no, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think that it's going. I don't think that Epic.
I'm curious about what the relation. I'm just kind of curious about what kind of the relationship to like that platform is going to be, and therein the relationship to the artists on the platform are going to be.
I don't think that's like again. I don't think that's changing anytime soon. Like it'd be nice to speculate what it looks like further down the road, but now,
but the thing is, and that's what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about what it's going to look like in the next 30, 45 days, or even in a year, but in like 2 years from now, I'm curious about what this is going to look like.
I mean, but that's still a question. Like, what would have if Bandcamp didn't get bought? What would Bandcamp look like in 5 years? Yeah, I don't think that much. I honestly don't think much would have changed. Like, how long has the Epic Store been around and nothing's really changed? Again, Epic is still fucking giving games away, and that's a loss leader for them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they lose money on those games, and then they also give you like $10 off coupons per sale, and then they give you like you use that, and they're like, "All right, cool. Here's another $10 off."
Like it's a thing of we can see like sitting there looking at it. I can see where sure a company becomes greedy and want to get more, but I honestly like the way Sweeney's out here being, the way he's coming for Apple, I don't think that he has an interest in being that big of a deal. Now, yes, in earlier statements, he said that he kind of wants to be the monopoly to go against monopolies so he can fight the monopolies.
People love to see themselves as Robin Hood, but let me not right there.
Right. I don't think that Tim Sweeney is that person. Now, if Tim Sweeney leaves, sure. But right now, I really see this as Epic picking up a company that needed some help and say, hey, we see you want to expand, you want to do more. Here's the money. Here are the resources to do that. Don't change a thing.
So, like, okay, so, right, here's part of what I would say is my only kind of question mark there. My only real hang up is we're dealing with, like if we weren't dealing with, if Epic weren't a corporate entity, I don't think I would be as immediately on edge about it, but we know that they are. And it's one of those, okay, Epic, you have to see some kind of value here. It's not like this person is just out of the goodness of our hearts, we want to just make sure that you can keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
so
like
we're
man does not do everything. Does not do everything with 100% altruism.
like I know that you, like the crew here, we would probably do those things for each other and be like, we don't care or whatever. We just want you to thrive. But companies don't normally do that for other companies or platforms like that. So it's one of those, you're getting a return somewhere. We have
Yes,
to
they're
find out what
bringing
this.
people to Epic's platform. It's bringing people to Epic's platform. There are people who express or who exclusively buy their music from Bandcamp. That's where their favorite artists are. That's where you can get copyleft content that you can use everywhere if you wanted to. It's bringing people to the Epic store or wherever they're selling this music. Say, hey, while you're here buying this new album, maybe you would like to check out this game. It's absolutely free. And we'll give you a 10% coupon to go buy another game in our store because we're having the Epic Summer Sale today.
But you have to acquire the whole company to do that?
Like, it's a thing too. Like, maybe that's how, like they're saying, like, Bandcamp may be just running out of cash.
If it's just Bandcamp running out of cash, then it's one of those. This might have just been like the last and final desperate step out of a set of other steps that they would take before getting here, and they're just like, all right, we're gonna have to take a look at this deal at this point because like it's getting rough now.
I mean, like we're looking like, so Ruin mentions like it's a weird acquisition to integrate into your ecosystem, which is about gaming and developing games. Well, again, a site that gives you music, that gives you access to music, which is some of it essentially free. Music is an asset in a video game. I don't think it's for crossover. I honestly don't think so. Because I feel like with Epic, like you were trying to bring in people who are big or who are big that would bring you that money. I don't think Bandcamp's artists are doing that. I don't think Bandcamp's artists are bringing you to Fortnite. I feel like it's more like, they need money. They also need they need developers to kind of help them expand. But they also have audio assets that we could use or that developers could use in their games that, are easier to acquire than it would be if they like to try to get the new Anka J. Blige album.
Mm-hmm. And maybe easier to be cleared as opposed to the copyright music that causes a lot of us to be like, oh, mute the stream, mute it. So it's a possibility.
Yeah. Like I see if anything, like I see it more like, again, there is some altruism there trying to help the company, but yeah, like again, not every altruistic move, not every move or good deed is 100% altruistic. Where, yeah, like I imagine they could be using this to get access to some assets. And yeah, we see you. We see you.
You ain't slick.
Not at all. A Game Award trophy that's been missing 4 years has turned up on eBay. The developers of Celeste were geared. They won an award.
Oh yeah.
This was back in 2018 for Best Independent Game, which is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
They were told they were going to get it delivered, never showed up, but it ended up on eBay.
Wow.
Where a user was looking just for props for their stream, picked it up, realized who it belonged to, got in contact with the developers, and the award has finally made it back to its rightful owners.
That was nice.
So good news. Good news. So, we have some good news. Some good nugs here.
I blame Jeff for that.
Forza Horizon 5 is adding American and British Sign Language to the game this week.
Love to see it.
And hey, did y'all know Amazon had a game streaming service? because they do, and it's out.
Yeah, I remind myself every now and again about Luna, and I'm like, yeah, Luna.
I every so often I'll go over to my bookshelf where I keep a lot of my controllers that I'm not using, and yeah, I look at this. Oh, there's my Xbox controllers, my PlayStation controllers, the Stadia controller. Oh, right, Luna. Am I still paying for that? And yes, I am. Because they sent me an email that day saying, hey, we're releasing it. It's going to be $10 a month. But because of the fact that you were here from the beginning, you get to keep it for $5. It's like, oh, thank you. I will continue to pay, but not play because I don't want to get rid of that price. It's
not a flex. It's a cry for help.
Shut up. Only I'm allowed to say that. Shut it up. Also, again, for companies that hate Linux, Amazon also hates Linux because Luna has limited support in Linux.
Yes.
I think I covered that in that streaming video I did a few months ago. Also, again, gotta give props to the one, the only Super Lewis 64.
Yes.
Hitting these articles
from a twerking Yoshi till now.
Mm-hmm.
Streamer plays Elden Ring with a Ring Fit controller and is doing the damn thing.
That's the one thing I give him props for. They are consistent.
Ooh, I need to talk. Okay, we're gonna have a word about this real quick.
Uh-oh.
It's a good word. First thing, Super Lewis is fantastic. Love this man because so for those of you who aren't necessarily familiar with his content, he's a developer, and what he spends a lot of time doing is making unconventional controllers and then playing games with those controllers. Mm-hmm. And he did a challenge run of a game where he wired the game controls to a banana and played the game with a banana.
Mm-hmm.
He'll play like Star Wars with like the Congos from the Donkey Konga game. Like he just does all sorts of like things like that for fun. He's been doing a lot of content where he's wired his Ring Fit to do stuff so that he can exercise and play video games at the same time, and it's really cool to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to listen to him and people like J-Rock who do these challenge runs doing unconventional things. Yeah. J-Rock, the God, if you don't know about him.
Oh, I know about J-Rock.
Wonderful Black creator here on the platform whose whole thing was he was inspired by the disabled community to start playing video games without his hands. So he plays a lot of them using just his feet and the controllers that he's mapped to them to do all sorts of things. And he will like do challenge runs of like Resident Evil, like speed runs on the GDQ channel.
Right.
Using his feet, and that's it. Plays Dead by Daylight that way, plays Risk of Rain like that, will play like all of these games that your favorites find challenging, and will beat Margit on like the 5th attempt or whatever. Right.
And he has a foot cam where
now we need to talk about this because this conversation, and we're going to take this aside because I'm going to take every aside I get to talk about how these people will pull up on Elden Ring and FromSoft games in general and then be like, well, you shouldn't be playing these games. These games aren't for you if you want accessibility things. And each and every one of these people will be like, we're better than you at these games, and we'll still tell you need to put these fucking accessibility options in here, so shut up.
Didn't the creator come out and said, look, I am sorry if this game, like he pretty much like a positive look, I'm sorry, like I didn't know that these games were just like hard for people. Like he was apologetic about it.
The creator was just kind of like, listen, if y'all think that this is here just to be difficult and grueling as a challenge, you're missing the point. That's not what I put this here for. But the reason why I say that is because Super Lewis and J-Rock had to both pop off simultaneously because people literally did this. And they said, look at these people playing these games in these really challenging fashions and doing okay at the game. If y'all can't play this, without accessibility options, then you shouldn't be playing, and this is why. And they used Super Lewis as an example of why. Or they used J-Rock as an example of why, if you can't get good TM, you shouldn't be playing these games. And both of them had to clap everybody up and go, we're not doing that over here. You don't do that. If we're talking about accessibility here, and I'm on team, everybody should be able to play these games, and these games should be accessible to everybody, and we should have all the features, the captions, and whatever else people need to make these games enjoyable for them if they want to play the game. Period. Don't take me doing my unique thing over here and use that as a way to gatekeep people from playing fucking Elden Ring. I need people to get into this notion that games are just for everyone. The end.
Indeed. Yeah. Shout out to Super Lewis 64. Shout out to J Rock the God. Again, just amazing content creators, amazing engineers, developers. You love to see it. You just fucking love to see it.
Who honestly just want games to be enjoyable for people. I enjoy them both for exactly that reason.
All right, Uncle, we're almost done. Streaming nugs. Twitch details Women's History Month plans.
Sounds like they're doing better than last month.
Will be spotlighted on the front page.
Hopefully above the fold. But I'm pretty sure not, because they put it in the exact spot that they had the Black History Month carousel and
all right. Yeah, just like last time. All right, so let's see on the carousel. There's Amazon Music, Damian Haas, Mitch Bruces, Mirabelle Jin, Clyde, Fun Goose, Nick Merckx, Red Falcon. So one woman on the carousel. Let's see, channels that think I'll like. No, I don't see anybody here, so that's wrong. It's categories. What type? Oh, yep. See, I had to scroll. I have a 32-inch 1440p monitor, and I have to scroll to see Women's History Month.
Dry. Ashy, unkempt.
It's under the fold.
It is under the fucking fold.
Mm-hmm. Got to find. If you're not looking for it, you'll never find it. Same thing like last month.
Again, you can't. I have to fucking scroll. I have a giant ass monitor here.
Yep.
And I gotta scroll.
Yep.
I have things I want to say about that, but I'm gonna chill today. Today.
Mm-hmm.
So, because trust me, that's a 20-minute rant, and we only got 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so normally, these are the moments where I give Sin the wide berth, but today we have a special treat.
Okay.
Kev is getting the wide berth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Streamer tells custom PC builder to stuff their free PC after CEO's condescending comments.
Yep.
All right, we've let it go. All right, clear it out. This is the warning. Clear it out. All right, Kev. I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna make it big here.
Okay.
All right. What you got?
Okay. So I had become aware of this when a person that I wasn't even aware was giving away a PC. And I watched the video giving away that PC and was like, okay, I see they're reaching out to small creators, but I couldn't understand as to why. And then I found out why. So like I say, this particular company, Artesian Builds, they were giving a giveaway to their ambassador affiliate program. Right? They are they're OEM. They build PCs. They have involvement with Intel, so they build PCs, and they build PCs every day, and that's their content. They have a Twitch channel, YouTube. They make content, but I didn't realize the condescending until I seen the original Kia Pia thing, and I literally saw the clips, and I'm just like, I am shocked, agog, and aghast by the literal level of shenanigans that's happened. Now, if you've given away something like a PC, it's a pretty big deal. I've watched a lot of build videos. I've watched giveaways from people like Kyle, from Paul, from Steve, from Christopher, from we've seen all, and none of them have made stipulations of you must do X, you must have X, you must have Y. They really just say like, we're here to give away a PC, and we're going to give it to you because we want you to have it. They're not going to say like, oh, you got to have X amount of this, X amount of that, whatevs. Even for big companies, they give away PCs to whoever wants it, whoever fits the criteria. You go on the Gleam.io, you like, subscribe, you like, follow, tag 2 people, that kind of stuff. If you want to get a PC, that's whatever. To see somebody being like literally changing the rules at the last second is by far one of the grossest things that ever happened. You lose your credibility. Well, first of all, it's illegal. You cannot do that because it's a giveaway, because that is fraud. That is simple and utter fraud for you doing what you're doing. And if you had stipulations in the beginning, you have the stipulations front and center on the giveaway. It was literally just like, yo, have it on, have the sticker or the picture on, or the logo on your Twitch channel, and that's it. You must be a part of the program. You must have the sticker. And then when you look up and you're like, yeah, I don't think I want to give it to you. And then it's like, and then the clips are literally him fishing for a reason for him to not give it to this person. I mean, is she international? No, she domestic. Oh, okay. How long she streamed though? Ooh, her follower count is a little low. It's not to my ideal. Your ideal? Your ideal is garbage, bro. If you had an issue and a problem with that, you should have said that up front, 10 toes down, up front, and say no quote unquote smaller streamers allowed. Y'all are out of it. You got to have these numbers, these metrics, these clicks. Otherwise, you're out.
Let's go ahead and talk about that while you're on that point in particular. Mm-hmm. You knew what their username was. You mean to tell me not one of y'all could go to that channel and go and collect those metrics without us having to do all of this?
Mm-hmm. Especially how many people are in your thing when you rolled? How many people are on that ambassador list when you could not have looked at the ambassador list and be like, yeah, nobody under this threshold, nobody under these numbers. It's only for these folks. The G13 classified folk. None of that. All they can get it, but you under that rank, hey, you SOL baby. Nothing I can do for you. Or to be like, hey, after you've awarded it, after you hit the go live, you be like, yeah, about that PC, I'm sorry. We looked at your metrics. You're not. That's not it. You would have looked like an asshole, but you wouldn't have looked as much of an asshole while you're literally caught in 4K, literally condescending this person, talking about her clicks, talking about her metrics, talking about what she's got going, talking about her follower count on live. You know, on Twitch.tv, where everybody can clip you, where everybody can download the VOD and pick it apart and have video essays about it. If you'd have been like, we checked your numbers, you're not it.
They're going to make sure she has those numbers now, I'll tell you that much.
She has the numbers now. She has the follower counts now. She's not within the program, so the clicks are gone. The metrics are gone for you. But she at least now has the ability to do that, to the point where people were bigger streamers, bigger creators, the ones that would have that this guy would have loved to associate himself with, are literally saying like, we got you. Jay's 2 cents, we got you. Christopher Yee, call me, girl, I got you. Like, you know, like, okay, whatever.
I mean, if we want to talk about it real quick, some larger streamers came out and said, okay, so we kind of like had some issues with Artesian, but like this was a breaking point, which I have some questions about, but we're not going to get into that today.
Right. It was literally like, I'm like, one person was like, literally like, I have heard the stories. I have had to fix their PCs because their PCs are busted. And I've had to go through it. But this was the last straw. It was like, that sounds like a bunch of last straws. You had enough straws to build a chair. But I mean, go off. You had enough last straws to build 10 wicker baskets. But that's neither here nor there.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this company.
Exactly. It's the first time you heard of it because people have been sitting on it. And then when it's like, hey, yo, this is a problem. Oh, this could be some clicks. This could be some opportunities. Now all of a sudden everybody's out the woodwork is being like, we stand with small creators and we're making builds, which I appreciate and I love and I appreciate what they're doing. But it definitely smacks a little bit of performative now.
I will say not necessarily performative. Well, I mean, somewhat, because I mean it's corporate stuff, right?
It's corporate, yeah.
Kiwi on the sticks, that's their username. Username.
Yes.
Like Kiwi on the sticks said it best, which is like, I love the fact that y'all are like stepping in as a company to do whatever and give people opportunities that they were denied for unfair reasons. But it would be really cool if y'all would just do that in general and not wait for something traumatic to happen so that y'all can have these spotlight moments.
Just
like
in general.
Like we're here the whole time.
Right.
Y'all can just go ahead and like slide into those DMs on like a casual Monday where nothing is wrong and just be like, hey, we just heard about your content and we like you. We wanted to like hook you up and like help you with things. Like y'all can just do that.
Cause that's what people do on a regular basis. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. Or hey, it's your birthday. We want to bless you. We want to bless you with a new PC. We love your content. It's your birthday. Bless you with a new PC. Hey, it's your stream anniversary. Congratulations, become an affiliate. Here's a new PC. Here's some parts that you can get yourself started with. Here's a new whatever. Any of that could have happened on a random day in April, but yet after this, it was like people were like banding together doing it. But that's no shade on them. That's no shade on them. We're focusing on Artesian, but I want to also make note that the fact that it really smacks. It's very of the Cardi B. That's convenient. That's convenient. That's suspicious.
Yeah, all of a sudden got computer parts now to give somebody. Okay.
Yeah, all of a sudden y'all got full PC builds. Okay, that's not big shade because I want Artesian build. I want this man and the Artesian build. I'm not even gonna say the man's name. Y'all already know the man's name. Y'all can find the man's name. I'm just gonna talk about it in lieu of that. So that happened, and then we find out a whole flood of the information to the fact that one tech tuber was like pretty much like, again, not really corroborated, but according to this video, that this person hasn't even paid taxes yet. The taxes ain't even paid yet. Uh-oh, I think we lost Sin. Sin?
In the best possible look, too.
Sin, you good? I think Sin was like, tax evasion? I'm out. So it's like, it's just a matter of just seeing poor people in the building space. Like, as somebody who loves building PCs, and I love building PCs, I'm a builder by my trade, and even though I don't be building for people because I don't like that type of stress, but I definitely am good with building PCs. Sin, you good? I thought we lost you.
We did for a second, but it's fine.
Okay, because I was like, oh
shit,
Lord.
did I get? Yes, I got it in time. Yes.
Good.
I wanted to screenshot that frozen frame. I got it just in time. I didn't realize he came back into Skype, so I just got it just took right before he hopped back in.
Right.
So,
exactly.
I need to talk about one other thing with Artesian since we're here, because I was also watching when people started coming with them click claps on the Twitters.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that they were just like, I know that y'all are really upset or whatever about the way that we did things, and maybe we could have done this better, but also we're a really small team of only 2 people. We don't have a whole PR department and all these other things that other larger
personal problem.
That sounds like a you issue.
Yeah.
I'm just so let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Let me make sure I'm following this along. Y'all don't want me to hold you accountable for being out here on some full fuckery. You absolutely don't want that, but you felt like it was appropriate for you to be out here bold enough to do all this. You absolutely thought that was fine, but you don't think me being called up on it is fine.
Yep, you said. Yeah.
Weird. It sounds a little suspicious to me. It sounds a little bit weird to me, but what do I know, right?
You sat there and in your Star-Lord jacket and finding everybody and finding every little piece of a thing to deny somebody something. And then when you re-rolled and you looked for somebody else, you had to then re-roll again because it was oh, another person. Oh, this is not a good look. Oh no, this ain't work. This ain't up to my standards. This ain't up to what I set for myself. And this, no, you.
And it's one of those. Can I just say okay, we're gonna get into. I promise there's a point for me saying what I'm about to say here. We're getting into that landlord conversation a little bit here because it's one of those, y'all didn't have a team to vet people. You didn't have the time to set standards. You didn't have the time to communicate what your expectations were for the people that you wanted to work with or whatever for these rewards. So now you're out here with your whole ass out because why? Why, right? It's one of those. Maybe y'all shouldn't be a company, or maybe you shouldn't be live streaming things like that if you don't have a way to do that responsibly. Maybe you shouldn't be, maybe you should just eat your food then.
Right. And then they have a thing where it's oh, don't hold. It's really the CEO. Don't hold Artesian builds to because they're a small company. I'm their company. Which I'm okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, and because again, if your top guy is saying rogue stuff and you're going along with it for whatever reason, why are you doing that?
I'm going to say because people will get foolish out here and start sending death threats to people who just work there and are just doing computers and they have nothing to do with that, right?
We deny that part, and we're yeah, they have nothing to do with that. No one, doesn't matter who is what is who. Nobody deserves to get death threats.
If you're just working in the offices and collecting your check on Friday or whatever, I have nothing to say to you.
Right.
But those people on that live stream, if they should have been fired on, like, there should have been a note on Twitter immediate. That stream should have been shut down with an immediate follow-up note that says, as of today, this person no longer works here. The end.
Immediately.
Right.
And I don't know if they've done giveaways or nothing like that before, but just reading all this stuff, like all the fallout in the comments and stuff, a bunch of people were like, oh yeah, they reached out to me, but they were talking about they'll offer me a free PC or something, but they only give us a certain amount of credit for this, and it's not even enough.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, they were like, hey yo, you can't get a free PC, but you can get a half off coupon if you have X amount and this, that, and the third, and that, blah, blah,
barely enough to cover.
Wait, hold on for a moment. You tell us out here trying to do extra work for a discount? Oh,
exactly.
Girl.
You reaching out to me for an offer that I gotta pay out of my pocket for? Excuse me.
So it's like, and then you're a builder, and it's like you're a builder going through like Intel and stuff. You know what I should do? I should take my metrics, go straight to Intel. Why I need to gotta go talk to you when I can just go talk to Intel? Hey yo, why I can go to Intel? Why I can go to Cooler Master? Why I go to EVGA? Why I go to ASUS? You know, why I can go to MSI and be like, hey yo, here's my metrics. Maybe we could work something out together. You got an affiliate program? I mean, you got a partner program. Let's work this something out, like that part. And then you can get free gear from them as opposed to them. Why I got to go talk to you when I could just go talk to Corsair and get a PC from Corsair? Why I got to talk to you?
Imagine being this level of embarrassed when you don't have to be.
I mean, it was like,
know who co-signed, like. Who said yes? This is a good idea.
I mean, I pretty much saw like I saw like something on Twitter about it. It was like how to kill your whole company in 1 minute.
Or less.
In 30-second intervals. Because it was like bad. It was like nothing was good. My man was sitting up there in his Star-Lord jacket. I was waiting for Uka.
That part.
Uka.
You know he is giving off very much Star-Lord energy because the way he was acting.
My man was Peter
so high and mighty.
Not from the game, but from the movie.
Oh, so just Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Just knew he was the new Mario. Just knew.
It was definitely giving Chris Pratt energy. It really was. I'm like, my man was doing the most. And his other guy who was actually building the PC was also kind of like, yeah, dude, you got he takes the L too. I've never association.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop.
I've never seen at a video like this before.
Mex Guitar Guy, I'm just gonna have to stop you right there. You said the apology tweets were trash. My question to you was, which one? Because I didn't see one.
They're here.
Yep.
Didn't see it.
And there was from Artesian Builds. Like he did a video.
P.S.
The CEO did a video?
He did.
Even as I'm saying that, I'm giving Guitar Guy a high five about this because be like, excuse me, you apologized where? Oh no, I saw the video. Apologized where?
Where was the apology?
Did someone see it? Can someone tell me when that happened? It
was giving very I'm sorry that you felt offended by what I said energy.
I'm sorry that you didn't have the
it was very I'm sorry that your feelings were hurt.
I'm sorry that I got caught. I'm sorry that I have to be held accountable energy. That's pretty much the apology that I got.
I'm sorry you don't meet my standards. What?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you can have the PC down. I'm like,
it's real. It's not me. It's you. Energy over here.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, I already got a PC offer from Jay's 2 cents, a bigger, more popular creator than you are. So why would I?
He looks scuzzy anyway.
Again, Star-Lord.
All right.
Like that would be a good thumbnail for this. The
I've got one.
think coming out of your
I
mouth
was
don't even look like
quickly
it's
trying to
mouth.
screenshot Sin.
Oh, okay.
On that note, speaking of Star-Lord, I'm gonna move quickly past because we've already kind of talked about it. Twitch targets misinformation, man-type profile QAnon streamers.
Can we also talk about the very cute thing where Twitter did the same thing in the same day about people who do links in separate tweets or linked in bio tweets, and they're just like the person who works for Twitter, like a person who works for Twitter is like, y'all stop doing that. It doesn't do anything for you to put links in the tweet or whatever. Like, make sure your website has like an OpenGL card or whatever at the very least so that people can see some stuff. Put engagement over there if you need to. But this extra that y'all are doing for your streams and stuff is unnecessary. It's going to make sure that people don't see your stuff. Please stop it. Source, I work here.
We talking about links on the tweets?
Yes.
I still do that.
No, it's not the links in the tweet, but it's the I make a tweet, reply to that tweet, and then put the link in that second tweet.
Yep,
Oh,
and they said stop doing that.
Okay, that's good.
There was somebody I saw somebody briefly talk about that the other day. And I was like, I don't care. I'd rather just send the one tweet that has all the information it needs to have and fucking move on. Coincidentally, in which I told my co-host half an hour ago, because that's how long that conversation was. I forgot to tweet about this episode. So thank you for being here, regardless of me not saying anything.
Yay!
Like, see, what that means is that we have a fan base, and that means we love y'all.
Yay!
Yeah, we love you.
But speaking of Star-Lord, getting to the last story here.
Segue.
Yeah, speaking of Star-Lord, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Lightning returns, Kentucky Route Zero, and more are coming to Xbox Game Pass. Now, this is where I would normally go through the list of titles, but I am not going to do that because we're kind of running low on time. I'm trying to beat an ad, so...
Go play Guardians of the Galaxy on Game Pass.
Yes,
that's
please.
Just
do that. Just do that.
Only game that matters on this list is Kentucky's. I heard Kentucky Route Zero is pretty good. I haven't played it. Probably won't play it, but I definitely gonna play Guardians of the Galaxy on my Series S or maybe PC. I'm gonna do both to see how it both looks. But yeah, Series S for definitely sure. Do that.
Anka, because I know you are probably the first one that's probably going to be heading out the door. What's going on for you this week?
I really don't know.
Seems like you have some music to play, so.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea.
Go do your music. You can hang up. I will switch this over to a 3cam. Go do your music. Get some rest. Thank you for joining.
Do music.
Oh wait, actually, Anka really should tell y'all because she's about to go and do music where you can go and see her do music.
Yes.
So yeah. Real quick. Hey, why are you laughing at me? Stop.
Because of this, I got put on the spot bit.
Put on the spot twice. Anyway, I'm doing this 31-day challenge, and I just didn't have time to do it during the day today. And yeah, I just have to do it before 12. Actually, I'm not the amazing musician. If we're gonna be talking about musicians here, I'm really just getting started. Y'all need to go check out Mix. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But yeah, it's on my Instagram page. Nobody's capping. Anyway, it's on my Instagram page here.
Let them know, guitar guy. Let them know.
And so yeah, I'm doing 31-day challenge. And I just have to play like something on my guitar every day, just show progress and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so that's basically it in a nutshell.
All right, please go do that. Go get some rest. We'll see you on the internet. Thank you, Anka.
Thank you.
Love you.
He's probably doing a live on that account, so I'm just saying y'all could just pull up.
You said alive. What?
You doing a live, right? You're doing this performance, right?
Oh, not tonight. Not tonight. My good people. Not tonight. Yeah. Maybe one day, not tonight.
Oh, she hung up. Okay.
But yeah, I love y'all.
Love
Thank
you,
you.
Uncle.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Sin, what you got going on this week?
Tabletop shenanigans in preparation for the 14th of March are on Monday. And then aside from that, we're going to see about trying to do some paring down some things, do some grocery shopping because I'm a party animal and, you know, we love to shop for groceries. So we're going to try to do that and maybe do some reading.
Yeah.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
I might go and do a thing where I see a people.
Ooh, a people.
I'm trying to see some people.
I'm planning on seeing some people too.
Yeah.
Do you live with them now?
Who, me?
Yes.
No,
Are you
other
leaving
people.
your house to go where more other people are?
I am anticipating going out in the near future to see more people.
Mm-hmm.
Infinitely more people.
Yeah.
I'll get to that. I'll get into that a bit. But Kev, what you got going on this week?
Lost Ark. Try to maybe squeeze some Madden in. Finally start new season of Demon Slayer as opposed to because I've been ducking and dodging them spoilers like nothing like, and I'm getting tired of ducking and dodging, so I need to just go ahead and jump on into it, and then probably watch Attack on Titan at some point. I have given up on Hunter x Hunt, not Hunter x Hunter.
Hiatus.
Yeah, not even hiatus. It's just getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of these long arcs, and I'm so happy that we have gone past literally like 30 or 40 episode arcs. If I'm going to do that, I might as well just watch Gundam. So if I'm going to do a like long form series, I might as well watch Gundam or Legend of the Galactic Heroes. But because at least those slap and are really entertaining. Let's see what else. I'll be honest. I watch Hunter x Hunter together. Yeah, you're in for a ride, Jerry. I'm just gonna let you know you're in for a ride. Saw it this season, definitely. I am. Lily has me screaming. Yes, you're in for a ride, Jerry. I'm just gonna tell you. Yeah, and probably prep for lawn care and what it. And probably checking out Guardians whenever it comes out. Yeah, and that's it.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's great.
I forgot to mention I'm like in the middle of these Hollow Knight Pantheons, and I'm on to complete like percent complete on the game is like 112 because of some extra content that they got, and I got 111 this week. So it's gonna be like next week and the weeks after we're practicing for that 112%.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will have done everything that it is possible to do in the game.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Let's see. For me, one, I would like to extend an invitation out to Kev. We should make some content. I think we should play some football. We should play some football, if not on stream, like just to do a YouTube video of us playing a football game. That would be nice, quick, easy. Just play the one game and call it a night.
Not you playing technical.
I mean, let me know.
Well, I mean, hey, working from home now, baby. Also, like next week, I'm on vacation, so.
Come on vacation.
I mean, as somebody who does not have the wife and child, let me know. I just have a mama.
Kevin said it ain't no problem over here.
You know, just name a day and
one of his random streams, like you just be in the chest. Yo, let's play some Madden. Let's get it.
I'm like, I got you. Let's go.
Let's see. So yes, like I mentioned, next week I'm on vacation again. Like I said, tomorrow is my last day in NC State. I am taking a week off before I switch jobs and go over to Red Hat. So yes, I'm on vacation and I'm planning on doing some things, doing some stuff in the house, like adjusting monitors. Like I kind of want to bring the monitor up a little bit higher.
Major's about to go fly drones this week.
No, I don't know. I might. Who knows? One thing I am trying to do, I'm going to see if I can do a little bit more streaming during the day, which is something I would like to do, but can't because I'm never here. Finally getting a haircut so that way, the non-locked parts look a little bit better because it is getting kind of matted and nasty back there. Also, I am planning on doing a super long stream where I just want to drive my truck. I actually want to drive the truck again. So what I want to do is kind of just sit out here and just for hours and just drive a truck. So that will probably be either Wednesday or Friday. I don't want to do it on Tuesday because one, I've got 2 meetings Tuesday night and I don't want to do anything with that. And Thursday because we got Tech Talk Thursday. So if I do any streaming Thursday, I want it to, be a finite amount of time that I can, all right, done, rest, and then show.
Have you tried SnowRunner yet?
No.
Because you might want to give that a try. I'm just saying.
Okay. Of course, I'll be back. Well, I'm not sure what the games I will be streaming next week because again, it's just off time. Who knows? I might put some more time into Watch Dogs. I need to finish Life is Strange. And of course, I've started playing Star Wars on the Xbox Series X. So there's some games to play, games to try, and of course, I might bug Kev to play a game of Madden just for the content. So yeah, definitely come on through. I will let people know on Twitter what the plans are, or who knows, maybe nothing will happen because I will just get tired and just not want to do anything. Also, I am preparing myself mentally because I up my Adderall medication tomorrow. So who knows? Maybe I will have the energy to do so many things. I will have the focus to do the things. But that's it on that. Thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for March 3rd, 2022. On behalf of the GOAT, Adios and Anka, strumming them strings. On behalf of Kevin Kev and Sinziak, it's your boy Marcus Major Linux Summers, twitch.tv/Major Linux. Of course, thanking you all. You all could have been anywhere in the world watching any streaming, or you could have been reading tech, gaming, and streaming nugs yourself. But you chose to be here, talking sweet, good things about Vladimir Zelensky. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much. And of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you and peace. How?
Wakanda forever. Boom.